Welcome to Unsung Fury, episode 10. We are now in the double digits. I'm gonna unmute this. Apparently Tyler is playing us music.
Serenading us.
My name is Luther.
I'm like, okay. I was like, I want to see where this goes. Tyler's like, no. He denied you.
You missed it. We were all singing.
Aww.
I rip up the air guitar. You know what I'm saying?
I was trying to hide the guitar so it looked like Scott was actually playing an invisible guitar.
I don't know how to play guitar, so I just do way too much stuff. I was like, this is not how guitars work.
That is not how guitars work.
That's a keytar.
Yeah.
Like, so it works a rock band, man.
We are on episode 10 of Unsung Fury. We are in the double digits of the series, which is pretty cool. So if you haven't checked out what we're playing, we are playing Wrath Glory, which is a Warhammer 40k tabletop RPG, which you can go check out for yourself if you're interested in it. And of course, if you want to support the show and you end up really enjoying it, you can go ahead and hit the follow button right here on twitch.tv/MargaretChromePlays, or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, hit the other notifications, just so that you get the message, because apparently you have to click on it multiple times for you to be aware that you really want the message. And then of course, if you want to help support us in a monetary means, as I do pay my entire cast, you can subscribe to twitch.tv/MargaretChrome, or you can donate to you just hit ! donate I think in chat, and it'll give you all the information on how you can do that over on Twitch. So I think that's it for that part. We will do intros of all the people and what characters they're playing, and then we'll kick things off. So first, we will start with Luther.
My name is Luther.
Scott, where can people find you at? And of course, tell us a little bit about the character you're playing today.
Twitch.tv/DaleRick, or anywhere else as DaleRick, or my other channel, Lost Initiative Show. And my character, he took a couple of bullet holes. That felt good. There was an explosion.
Yeah.
So that stuff, that he learned strategy. The strategy is let the soldiers do the soldiering, and let the psychic do the psyching, and let the
I tanked one episode.
Yeah, hey, listen, you do the psyching, which can be tanking, and just kind of like hang back and yell at things, because apparently talking is all you can do, Scott. Apparently talking is all you can do.
I don't know, you rolled some pretty good rolls sometimes.
Well, yes, I'm successful at everything. I'm awesome. I know, Maggie, but we have to be a little humble. Next.
Okay, and up above me we have Tornai, played by Apocalypto12. Tell us where people can find you at, and of course, who you're playing today.
Hey, I'm Tyler Scheid. You can find me at twitch.tv/.
You're a little quiet, Tyler.
I'll get real close, like I got to turn up my sensitivity. Hold on. How about now?
Yeah, it's better now.
All right. My name is Tyler Scheid. You can find me at Apocalypto_12 all over social media. Specifically over here on Twitch is where I primarily am and live. And Tornai is a shoot 'em up, takes no business, doesn't deal with any crap, and also goes straight to the point because he doesn't like dancing around and stuff kind of guy.
Moving on over, we have Gildo, played by Eric Vulgaris. Tell us a little bit about where people can find you at, and of course, who Gildo is.
Yeah. Thank you, Maggie. I'm Eric. I'm Eric Vulgaris everywhere. And you can find me. I'm playing Pendragon. And I'm playing Gildo Stern, a survivor of Catachan, a survivor of the fall of Acadia. I'm kind of surviving everything. If there's one word that encapsulates Gildo, it's survive. And or maybe it's knife. I'm still deciding. It's one of the two.
And the next thing's gonna be the fall of
yeah,
the ship that we were just on too.
Yeah, right.
Wait, are we technically survivors of that? I think so.
I mean, technically, you did technically survive.
Yeah. And then things get worse.
Wait.
And of course, I am Margaret Crone. This is my channel. It's weird if you're here and you don't know, but that's who I am. And I play Astara Thompson, who is a sanctioned psyker who has been through a lot of stuff. She's a little brainwashed. It's fine. It's for the Emperor. All is well in the world. And she's been kind of stuck on this weird planet with some people. She's finding very quickly that it is not functioning the way it probably should be. And so maybe she has plans on what she can do to help them rid them of their heretics. Speaking of ridding people of heretics, we were going to toss things over to our game master, Frank. Frank, tell us where you can find, where people can find you at, and of course, kick us off. But don't really kick us.
What? Oh.
I thought you were going to call him the heretic himself.
I mean, technically true. So.
He's like both, technically, right? Because he is playing the heretics.
I am both all for Chaos Gods and the Emperor. You know.
That's
balance it
heresy.
out.
That's
Yeah,
heretical. Exactly. You can't be for both. That's not how it works.
Well, that's how being a GM works. But as you all know, I am Controller Frank. You can find me Twitch, Twitter, etc. Controller Frank, or Discord. Discord's usually where I'm at. So, as you all know, I'm the Game Master here. Today's title is Herald.
Herald. I like that name.
Does he have a purple crayon?
I don't know what that is reference to.
Asking for a friend.
Does he have a twin brother named Gerald?
No. Herald, as in...
Oh my god, he went to Gerald.
People.
I know.
You went to Herald.
Herald of the people. I'm just trolling.
All right. So, jumping right into things. Last episode, we left off on a little bit of a cliffhanger as both Astara and Luther went directly into the palace itself, while Tornai went in as a refugee, a survivor, not associated with the other two. Then, Gildo, you were also planning on something. What was it?
Just gonna hold back and attack when needed.
Okay. So you're not going to sneak in or anything fun like that?
Oh yeah. No, you're right. I think I was gonna try to sneak in and go through the vents or stuff. Like I needed help to get me in there.
Yeah.
That's right. It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah, because I thought I gave you a boost up into the vents.
Yep. If there's vents, you'll find me.
You know, it's
Seems to be
very
commonality.
square-like. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also like, how are you fitting an event? I don't know. Movie logic. It's great.
laser traps and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. All right. But first, we'll start off with Luther and Astara walking into the palace. Now, as you guys are going through this beautiful courtyard filled with green grass, fountains, several, not exactly servitors, but clearly cybernetic humans of sorts. More outfitted with shears than most people normally would be.
Okay.
The pathway is long, a nice marbled pathway towards the main castle, or main palace itself. And not really anyone around.
There's no one around.
No, aside from the regular workers and the like.
Isn't there supposed to be like a big festival dinner or something like that?
Inside the palace, yes.
Okay, I was like, are we going like a back way, just outside?
Yeah, I was like,
No,
what's
you guys are
happening?
just going through the front.
Are there any guards around or anything like that, or just less than usual?
No, the guards are at the front.
Okay.
Yeah, and I believe we had. Correct me if I'm wrong, Frank. Like we are allowed to be here.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of you, no matter what, you are allowed to be there.
We just know that they're bad people.
Yeah. Because you are all survivors, and Luther is technically the adjutant junior commissar of this place.
I am very agitating, so.
They just don't know that you're a survivor of the Vonderwolf, or they do and they just don't care. Because technically you haven't actually reported in yet. now.
I mean, I tried.
Got him.
As you two are walking down this pathway, Astara, make a psychic mastery roll for me. You're muted. Perfect.
I'm muted?
You said something and you didn't make any noise.
Wow, that's a lot of icons.
That
I
is-
said, ooh, psychic mastery.
I did not hear you. Perfect. You have a slight feeling of unease as you're walking through.
Hmm.
You
Okay.
look around towards a small little park bench area in front of a nice large water fountain, the splashing filling your ears, and you don't hear any music at the moment.
Okay. Because there's not music playing?
You don't know. You can't tell. There's no music in your head at the moment.
Or do you mean,
Yeah.
oh, you mean that music? Okay.
Those hymns, yeah. Oh,
Hmm.
You see
that's be so scary for you.
an older gentleman sitting on the park bench.
Does this older gentleman look familiar to me?
Yes, for you. Luther, you don't see anyone there.
Oh, that's creepy. Out of
I
game.
will
In
just
game, I
start
don't know.
walking that direction. I'm like, I don't even say anything to Luther. I just start walking that direction.
I mean, I just kind of like follow because, I mean, we both equally belong here, but she generally has more authority in places than I do. So I just kind of like follow, assuming she knows kind of which direction we're going. So I don't question. I just kind of follow along with her.
Can I roll for Luther accidentally sitting on this guy's lap?
No.
Yes.
Nope, because I don't sit.
What?
You
Gentlemen, let
always
ladies
stand.
sit first. So my mother raised me. Don't like it, go to Boston.
Yeah. As you approach, you see in an old set of clothes, brown pants, a relatively ragged looking white shirt, your grandfather sitting on the bench. Looks like he
Ew.
has a bag and he's reaching into it and throwing what appears to be seeds onto the ground that immediately disappear as they hit.
I just observed. So Luther just sees me standing there staring at the bench.
Luther leans over and he's like, I'm going to take your grandpa style. I'm going to take your grandpa style. No, really. Ask your grandpa. Can I have his hand-me-down?
I don't get it.
Oh no. Okay.
Um,
Oh, both of those things. Both of you.
Everybody's disappointing.
he
Can't have nice
doesn't.
things.
Yeah, he doesn't turn to you, but he begins to speak. Ah, little one, it is good that you are here, and yet not so good.
But why are you here?
I need to warn you. I do not know if you are prepared. And he throws seeds onto the ground.
Prepared for what?
You. There's danger. Lots of danger here. Not everything here is as it seems.
I already figured that one out.
He kind of chuckles and smiles, throwing another handful of seeds onto the ground.
Can I see the
Start.
birds?
Astara
there are
doesn't
no
smile.
birds.
Oh, God, that's weird.
She looks confused. She looks confused. Oh, wait, does he hear me talking?
Yes.
Oh God, that's funny.
Yeah, Luther, there's no one there. She's just talking to herself.
I'm talking to the bench.
Oh.
I give her quizzical looks, and I'm going to step back so you can enjoy your scene, but I give her quizzical looks. But then again, I also know that you have kind of episodes. So I'm concerned, but after like probably your third or fourth sentence, I'll actually back off and then kind of watch you, but not dead on watch you for like, you know, from a distance. From a distance. Ooh.
You're all very musical today.
I will take partial blame for that, I guess.
I'm also just very tired, so you're going to get a wonky Scotty. Go ahead.
So the usual, Scott. Got it.
That sounds like a good drink.
The wonky,
Wonky
Scotty.
Scotty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonky Scotch.
Yeah.
Can somebody in the Unsung Fury like spoiler chat or whatever, can you come up with the recipe for a Wonky Scotty? Alcoholic beverage, please, and thank you.
And then Scott will drink it next episode.
Yeah, actually, if it doesn't sound absolutely horrifying, like involves urine, then yeah, I probably will. Yeah.
What?
People are weird, Maggie.
Okay. Oh, that escalated quickly.
I'll tell you a story when we're on break. But go ahead.
It has to have Beverly soda in it.
I don't know what that is.
Exactly.
I don't know how to get that.
Maggie, do you know what Beverly soda is?
No, I don't.
Oh my god. Okay, never mind then.
Now
But it
I'm going to
still has
Google
to
it
have
at some
Beverly in it.
point.
It's an Italian
do.
soda. It's an
Oh,
Italian soda.
okay. I know what an Italian soda is. Sorry.
I have
Frank.
no idea. I have no idea what it is.
Fisherman, reel us in, man.
All right. Your grandfather turns ever so slightly to you. I cannot stay long. But that is only because something is not keeping me here. It is making sure that I'm not here long. Be careful. The two cuffs share the same shirt.
What does this mean?
You must think on it. Because if I reveal more, there's chance they may come after me.
Ew.
Just looks confusedly at the bench.
They know I am here. I must go. Farewell, little one. Be wary. Do not trust easily. And you see him slowly begin to dissipate into a shimmering fog before he's fully gone.
She steps forward as he's disappearing. And then sits down for a moment. Looks down at the ground. Do I see what he was throwing seeds at?
Roll a quick awareness for me. Or psychic mastery. Either one.
I think
Yeah, that
mastery
one
makes
works.
more sense, but
You can see the telltale signs of feet marks on the ground. Little three-toed marks. As if they were birds.
chickens! Or pigeons or something, I don't know.
Yeah. And yet,
Okay.
there was no pigeons there.
Yeah, Astara is just kind of sitting on the bench looking.
Now I'll go over and sit down in his lap.
He's already gone.
Yeah, but I want to ask Santa what I can have for Christmas. So after she sits down and like kind of gets quiet and I suppose seems a little introspective, for maybe like a solid 15 seconds or so, assuming there is that much gap of time, that's when I'll go over, slowly walk over, no rush, just relax pace, and then sit down next to her and just relax a bit in the seat, but not say anything.
Okay. And then after maybe like 30 seconds, she'll just be like, "Please should be careful."
Should we?
Yes.
What did you see?
It is not what I saw that worries me.
I'll actually like turn my head to like look at like probably the side of her face as opposed to looking straight ahead like I was.
She's like looking at the ground, like she's looking at something. Did you say anything else?
Nope. I just like look at her to see if she is going to say any more.
She doesn't.
Okay. I'll probably let a solid. I'm not going to straight stare at her the whole time because that's
Do
creepy
I
as hell.
hear music again?
Yes. As soon as
Tyler.
your grandfather fully disappeared, the hymns came roaring back into your head.
Okay. She like puts her hand on her head, like, and then puts her hand back down.
think perhaps we should talk about this a little later.
Yes.
I'll sit there for probably another, unless she gets up quicker than that, probably another 2.5 minutes in silence before, unless she gets up before that time, I'll stand up and say, I think we have somewhere we need to be.
After you had said what you said, and she says, yes, she just stands up.
Okay. So yes, right away. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then I'll stand up and kind of nod towards the direction of where we're going and let you.
I just follow and walk.
Okay. And I don't think I'll say anything until we get to an area where there's probably more people around. So before we actually go through the doors of wherever the event is full-fledged taking place, I'll just stop and give her a look and say, "You're all right." Less kind of like a statement that is a question, you know.
I do not know what you define as all right.
Then by your definition.
I think so.
I'll open the door for us to go in.
Yeah. And
Wait,
as
no,
the-
actually, I think I'm like, Lon, how much health do I have right now?
Pretty,
No, I'm not fine.
pretty not all right.
Yeah, but I think she knew I meant mentally.
Yeah.
Like, yo, padded walls? Is this what's going on? Like,
Probably.
Do you
she
need-
needs padded walls, let's be real.
need a popsicle
Little
stick to
cuckoo.
bite on? Like,
Jeez.
so we'll go in, and I believe our companions are actually inside this area as well.
Not yet.
No, well, I think one of them is kind of wearing a waiter's outfit, and the other one's dangling upside down from like. From
Tornai's wearing a waiter's outfit in full Imperial Guard armor.
That's pretty. I'm sorry. I can imagine burnt, melted on guard armor and a chef's hat with an apron. Like, but he's got them slip resist because you have to be safe in the workplace.
Pretty funny.
It's true. Yeah. So because Tornai went in after Luther and Astara, Tornai, as you approach the guardhouse in the main roadway leading to this large palace, the marbled walls simply blinding in the sunlight now. As you approach, one of the guards leaves the booth, raises his hand for you to stop. Oi, who's you?
Name's Tornai. I'm one of the people from that ship thing.
What shit?
The ship that crashed, duh.
What's the name of the ship?
Vonderwolf, right?
All right. Name, identification, savior pod.
You expect me to remember all of that? Can't you tell my armor is scorched to my skin? I had other things to worry about.
What is your name?
I already told you it's Tornai.
Last name.
Periat.
What is your identification number that is given to you by all Imperial citizens? And you would have one. It would just be...
Yeah.
Basically, he's asking, what is your social security number?
Here you go.
Um,
He just hands him some sort of paper that he dug out of his pocket. Like, this doesn't matter to me anymore.
Yeah.
You don't remember your pod number?
I didn't write it down like you did.
8765309.
Oh yeah. 8675309. Yeah, that's my pod number. You know, that great song, catchy song.
It is. 1-800-CARS for kids.
It's also Gem Plumbing over in Rhode Island, just to be clear. And it literally says in the trucks, just like the song.
Yeah. This guard is holding out a data slate and is typing in the numbers as you're saying them. All right. Tornai Paria. We'll take you to debriefing before we take you to the rest.
Hell, I'm hungry. Take me that way first.
Debriefing first.
Can I just try and persuade him? Like, dude, look at me. I'm just hungry.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, do it.
Oh crap! My first complication, but 5.
I'll just give myself a rune point real quick. I still need to make those runes on them. I'm sorry. I've forgotten for the third week in a row.
Yeah, you still need to give me the rune icon. So
Be like, dude, I've been through hell. My armor's burned onto me. Like, can I just get some dang food?
All right.
God.
We'll get you food in the interrogation chamber. But we are required to have you be debriefed about your situation before you are released to ensure that you are who you are.
All right, I'm fine with that. Whatever
Tracks.
you say. But you're gonna have to bite my food before I eat it. At this point, you seem fishy, dickwad.
No, my name is Dequad.
Okay, fine, whatever. I enunciated a different letter.
All right. We'll have one of the guards take you down to the chambers soon. If you just hold on for a few minutes, don't worry. We'll take some of the food from the feast for you. What type of drink do you like?
Whiskey, straight up.
Got it. And you see him touch something on the side of his helmet.
It's a wonky Scott.
Oh my god.
Yeah, a wonky Scott.
Sorry.
That thing.
We unfortunately don't have any of that. And a few minutes go by, and
We don't carry anything that strong.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so sorry, I had to answer somebody. So a couple guards come along and they begin to take you back. I assume you go completely willingly. You're not going to shout at them or call them a dickwad.
No.
Are you sure?
Completely and utterly sure that I'm not going to give them a hard time, which is totally what Tornai would do. Especially if they touch him. If they like touch him, escort him, he's going to like...
No, they're not going to escort you.
Okay.
All right.
So then he's gonna try and like slow down so they get in front of him.
Yeah, okay.
And,
they're pretty much just guiding you the way anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like they're keeping you prisoner. They didn't slap handcuffs on you or manacles or anything like that. It's
Cool,
like,
cool. So I can just go ahead and roll a one of these.
Yeah.
And just do that thing where I just go off on my own.
An 8.
I mean, do you really want to go off on your own?
Nah, I mean, I kind of just want to like disappear slightly and see how they react and then reappear maybe.
Yeah, okay.
I just kind of want to toy with them.
So you slow down. These two guys are kind of talking to themselves, talking to you. Just basic stuff like, oh man, the weather's been so nice recently. And just real basic stuff. And you keep slowing down. There's a corner into that corner.
Yep.
And, they're engaged in their conversation, not really paying a lot of attention to you. They've done this a few dozen times already. And then you say you want to just reappear
I'm
next
just
to
gonna
them?
keep. I'm just gonna keep peeking at them, and if they don't notice me, I'm just gonna run at full speed and run into one of them.
Yeah, no, they definitely did not notice that you were gone.
All right, cool. Then I'm just gonna sprint back and just kind of run into one and apologize immediately. Hey, sorry, you guys were walking too slow.
It's like those quests where you're like you have an NPC that you have to follow around and
I'm trying to
just
see
And
ramming
what
they
they're
walk at a
gonna
different
do.
pace than you.
Oh,
Exactly what's
God.
happening.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, he gets up and he's like, what the fuck?
Sorry, you're caught up in your own conversations. I'm just trying to get this over with so I can get food. Dang it.
The food is in the fucking place. Fine, you want to get there? Then let's go.
So we
And-
stopped the debriefing room. Now we're just going to get food. Sweet.
Yeah, they continue to walk for a few minutes until you go to a lower level of the palace. You go down several flights of stairs at this point. Now there are much more crosses around you, one in front of you, one behind you.
Cool. Complication.
I'm just gonna give myself another. They don't like you.
Good, great, awesome.
And they open up what is clearly a cell door. It's, well, not so much a cell, more of a interrogation room, like you would see normally for interrogators, investigators. There's a clear window on one side, obviously meant to peer into where you can't see anyone on the other side.
All right. They're not taking my guns or anything, right?
No.
All right, then I'll go in and just be like, about time we got here. Geez, you guys walk slow.
And they slam the door behind you. Just over a little vox bead in the room, or vox caster in the room. The investigator will be with you soon.
Cool. Tornai is gonna play with his prey sense goggles and see if he can see through that window to see people there.
Yeah, just roll awareness. Let's find out. No.
Darn.
It's not that you can't see through, it's that there's just no one on the other side that you can tell.
All right.
All right. Moving on to Gildo. I almost called you Gunther by accident somehow.
It's close.
No, it's not.
I just want to be sneaking through the vents. I don't really have a game plan right now, other than when shit goes down, I want to be able to say I dropped down from above on whatever's going on.
So you roll first awareness, then stealth.
I'd probably be favoring following Astara.
Okay. In the vents.
Like tracking them as best as I could. I'm sorry, you asked me to roll something and then you asked my question. Went right out my brain.
Yeah, you're fine. Because I want you
Awareness?
to roll awareness to see if you can find a way into the vents, and then stealth to see how well. Oh yeah, easily. There are several ways.
I'm in the vents.
Man, you have done this so many times.
Yep.
You looked at the palace. You know this vent network. It's like, this is going to be a C-typical layout of the vents. I can have an entrance here, 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 and here, and you just take whichever one.
Gildo is like an HVAC specialist before he became a warrior.
Yeah.
And I got a 6 for my stealth. Yeah, so that's a lot. And if I needed to, I could push all of that stuff for increased effect. Which I would be. I mean, why wouldn't I do it for speed and effect?
Yeah. I can say you can push one for effect.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just trying to be stealthy and follow Astara as best as possible.
Yeah. Now, how are you keeping in contact with her or following her general locale?
Visual contact.
Okay. So you're just like popping your head up every now and then?
Yeah.
Oh, do we still
or through like the slits and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like the slits. I imagine sort of like the little air duct parts of a thing, or like through a fan that's spinning, right?
Because right now
We
you're
do have
technically
Vox comms too.
underground.
Yeah.
Instead of overground, because the palace is open air compared to the rest of the hive.
Yeah.
So every now and then there will be like little pop-up areas where it's pumping out cold air into the parks and the like. So we get this little scene of Gilda just like popping out a little bit in the bush in the vent and just peering it, and we see Luther and
those little slits
Astara
things.
sitting on the bench.
Yeah. Who's they talking to? Yeah. Right. Cool. Oh, yeah. Real quick. Did you give us build points amounts for last time?
Yes. I believe I gave you 4.
It was 4. Yeah, 4.
Thank you. Cool.
Tornai would have gone across the Vox comms to say, guards are a little weird. Wouldn't let me go eat. I'm in some interrogation room now.
You attempt to say that. You don't hear anything back. Just static.
Ah, great. All by myself.
Yeah, it's interrogation chambers.
You easily follow Astara and Luther fully into the palace. There is a little weird area where you have to like shimmy upwards in like up the wall and into the ceiling.
Yeah. I will be risky and because everyone else knows that we're all on Voxcom, so it's not going to be like a surprise. And we know that since we're infiltrating something, obviously We need to be quiet and not pretend that we're not like listening to conversations and stuff like that, like spies. But I would just say, or maybe this is even like a flashback before this happened. It's like, pay particular, because like I'm aware of like that threat of things. I was like, pay particular attention to anything that's mind fucky.
When he says that, I stare at Astara for a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like I point to Astara, like Astara, you would know. And what I mean by that is like, like apparently they have some kind of power that I don't know. It's I can't explain it. It never happened. It's weird. It makes it spooky. If you feel spooky, hone in on the spook. That's our target.
Okay, well that's
And
excellent
you're like,
advice.
what is he talking about? But yeah. No, the spook. You don't understand. Like I'm trying to explain because I'm trying to.
Guys,
You know it. I know. And then I can't wait for the moment when anything happens and Frank's like, "That is the spook that Frank." Yeah, that is the spook that he's referring to. I'm like, "Thank you." You're like, "Oh, I get it now." Yeah.
Nice stuff.
That's fine.
Yeah, so every now and then, though, even in the vents, and you're in a fairly sizable vent, clearly meant for people to actually crawl through to do their stuff. Every now and then, you see the red lights of a servitor or a servo skull like floating around, doing its rigorous scans. With your stealth roll, you're able to easily get around them before they can notice you.
We're playing a stealth minigame.
Yeah. I mean, at one point, you literally just have to, like, climb upwards in the vent and, like, lay on the top as it goes underneath you.
It's a little like Roomba-looking servitor.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Just like, it's almost like a servo skull.
Skull on a Roomba.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's literally there, it's vacuuming stuff up. And
Yeah, exactly.
I just hear it going, I suck, 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 I suck. It's good.
What the hell?
Servitor wrote him. It's a vacuum, so it's I suck, 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 but it's good.
What the hell?
I never want to peer inside your brain, Tyler.
Yeah.
Never, ever, ever have any
I think that
interest.
was too much light. Oh my god.
So
It'd be like an open nuclear reactor.
Hey, it
Hey,
whatever
at least
works.
at least he said your brain is powerful.
Oh,
That's
it
true.
certainly is.
That's true. I mean, I did do an improv comedy show all across the world, so it's great.
worth it.
Tyler is a gift.
He's
From who?
From who?
yeah.
Both went there.
You're funny.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm just gonna be spooking around.
Yeah. Yeah, you pretty much easily get to anywhere you want.
Cool. And that answer is the dramatically appropriate height above when things are going down.
Okay. Perfect. I like it. Yeah, so Astara and Luther. Just you hear Gildo over the Vox feed just chatting to you, like talking about the spook.
Yeah, I don't say anything back. Obviously, we're around a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And as soon as you guys do enter the palace itself, you're immediately assailed by concierges and maids and the like. Luther, a few people immediately speedily walk up to you and begin to all at once chatter. Oh, yes, sir. Could I take your hat? Could I take your coat? Could I steam your coat? Could I steam your hat? What type of Amazon would you like? And just things like that, barraging you with overly polite questions.
I will take all services and make a statement in such a way that says, more or less, you're taking care of her as well.
Yes, sir. And as you say that, they immediately attempt to, like, very gently but forcefully take your hat and coat from you.
Fine.
And Astara, do you have a...
She does not have a hat or coat.
They pause because you're wearing your armor, correct?
Yeah.
And one of the smaller figures kind of pipes up to you after Luther said his "take care of her too" bit, Would you like me to polish your armor?
No, it's fine. I'm good.
And you can tell that they don't know what to do with you exactly, because they don't know who you are.
Astara just makes it more awkward by just standing there because she doesn't know what they want from her either.
Yeah, you can tell they are doing their best to be super polite to you.
I just wait accommodatingly for whenever Luther's ready to go. Move on.
Yeah. Once they finish taking stuff to go, like more or less make me clean and have like some sort of drink or whatever, and assuming she is offered a drink, whether she takes one's her decision, we can move on and go actually meet with persons.
Yeah.
Or at least listen in, see what we can find out by eavesdropping.
One of them was quietly waiting for the others to finish. They take your hat, they take your coat. They do offer to take your weapons.
Astara doesn't hand over anything.
They're okay with that. They were just offering.
I mean, if they're going to take my weapons, I'm unless Frank and I don't know the world well enough to know this, but if that's not unusual for them to go and polish and clean those out, then no.
It's actually very normal to do this.
Yeah. Then I will gladly hand them over. My weapon's right here, baby.
Your mustache?
Thought you pointed at your nose for a second.
Listen, my nose is big, but it's not that big, okay, guys? Jeez.
Yeah. I was going to make that joke.
My ears are way bigger.
Yeah, you're not used to this, but you know of it as, like, people do this all the time. They will take your weapons. They will appease the machine spirit in your weapons. They will polish it, apply, they say, get unguences and oils, make it nice, fresh, clean, perfect once more.
Well, if they want to polish my weapons with some oils, I let them know fragrance free.
Nope. Has to be the sacred one. Lavender scented.
Actually, I like lavender.
Me too. Yeah, and now that you no longer have your commissar trench coat or your commissar hat, you just simply have your vest or your piece of armor on. Yep. Whichever one you're currently wearing.
I'm assuming I could still come off as commissar-esque even if I'm not wearing the jacket, right? I'm not like giving up my only identification.
Giving up the trench coat and the hat. Do you have a chest piece, or is it just the vest underneath?
I mean, my armor is literally where are you? Equipment. Flak coat.
Your faith.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Basically, your undershirt, in this case, is very formal, very regal. It is a wonderful black shirt with golden embroidering all over the place, which definitely denotes you as a commissar.
Okay. Cool. So as long as it's obvious to not necessarily every layman, but obvious enough, that's fine. We can move on. So going on and seeing what we can, kind of figure out from here. One of the most important things I'd be looking for, though, again, there's time, so it's not like I didn't even know right now, is whether or not the actual commissar is going to be here, the one that's actually in charge here. I'm be kind of like keeping an eye out for him. But otherwise, I think we'll move on and see what we can find out.
Just from you also being a junior commissar, if he did see you not in full uniform, he would not be happy.
That's okay.
But the one hostess who was waiting off on the side, waiting for you all to be finished with being taken care of, hands gently clasped in front of her by her stomach, looks at you. Oh, yes. Would you like to be led to your rooms or the feast, perhaps?
The feast you're going to, correct, Maggie?
Yeah, I think our goal is to mingle and try to see if we can figure out any information, right?
Yeah. So it'd be the feast that would be going to, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, my lord. I will have your clothes and weapons sent to your accommodations. They will be there waiting for you.
Knowing you, like you said earlier, knowing what you said about the jacket bit, I'd say as soon as the clothing is ready, have it returned here.
Yes, my lord. I shall endeavor to serve you as best as I can. and have them bring you your clothing once it is pressed and steamed proper.
I just nod, and then probably just walk past them because we're, already been here chatting for a bit and looking to not waste all of our time.
Yeah,
not finding info.
You can tell it took them a little by surprise that you walked by them, and they, with a obvious jolt, walk alongside of you, attempting to guide you through the little bit of a maze that this palace is. Not directly in front of you, but slightly behind.
Yeah, guiding from the back. I gotcha. I'm fine with that. Unless Astara gives any form of sign that she's uncomfortable with this, I'm fine with that completely.
Astara just follows.
Yep. Okay, perfect. So we go meandering through with their guidance to kind of bring us through. That's fine. We also, on top of looking for the actual commissar, I'd be interested in trying to see if we can notice our waiter in disguise or Tom Cruise hanging from the vents.
You do. Well, you kind of know where Gildo is, just based on.
I'm stealthy.
Yeah, he's talking with you. Spook. You guys feel a spook yet?
Oh, give me a sandwich too.
Spooky sit rep.
But you have no words from your other friend.
Fine. It's too soon to be concerned about it. I'd be concerned in a little bit if I'm walking through here for a bit and still don't see him. We're more or less just arriving.
Yeah. And after actually several minutes of walking through this large palace, you finally come across these two massive oak wood doors with what almost look like ceremonial guards in front of them. You can tell that they're actually just servants, but dressed in military uniform. And as you approach, you notice a very slight hand signal from the maitre d', and they both, in unison, pull the door open, and you're immediately assailed by the smell of food, the chatter of people, just out of nowhere from this quiet hall where your boots were promptly clicking on the ground as the only sound.
I'd probably give just that, and I'd be more discreet about it. I don't know if Maggie cares to roll a check or anything. I'd be more discreet about it. Probably give Astara one last look, just because she had the most crazed episode I've seen of her so far, and I know how they can sometimes go off the deep end in Seven Demons. So I'd probably give her one more lingering kind of look of concern.
Is she a demon? Nah,
Yeah.
we're fine.
Yeah, it's kind of like, no, she good. And then finally head in there and start looking about. I don't know how you're going to narrate from here, Frank, but probably after about 15 minutes or so of meandering about, if we don't see either of them, then jump to a thing happening. But otherwise, please feel free to take over.
Yeah. Gildo, unless you reveal yourself.
Why would I do that?
Okay. Roll another stealth for me, just to see how you are still doing.
Oh no. Okay.
No, I'm counting since yours since you chose to do it better on the last one. Basically the difficulty on this one was 3 anyways.
Oh,
So,
got it. Okay.
Yeah, you're still fine.
Doing okay.
You're just startled by the smell of food coming in.
Yeah.
Your stomach growls, and then you're like, see
It's
if someone heard you.
Resist.
It just echoes through the vents.
Yeah, you just hear like a
A
little
star is like
grumble.
walking by.
Someone looks up, they're like,
Huh?
it's just the wind.
No.
Must have been the wind.
Yeah, it's like the stupid video games, and someone's like,
Oh yeah.
Riggs, you're in the way.
Yeah, no, you're fine up there, Gildo. Another one of those little skull servitor Roombas kind of goes by. This time it kind of takes you by surprise as it turned a corner far sharper than the other one did. But you're able to get out of its way.
Sock.
I was waiting for him.
Yeah, but
Emperor protect. Jeez.
Luther and Astara, you once again enter the main dining hall. There's about 24 people here. Some of them you kind of recognize. You've seen them on the Wunderwolf. So you know these are survivors from the Wunderwolf. And there's a few tech priests here. They clearly denote, just from their robes, you're able to note that they are lower rank tech priests. There is a single Skitari here, looking like he's guarding these 4 tech priests, standing off behind them as they are talking with each other in a corner in this weird buzzing language. There's about 20 people sitting at this incredibly long table that has food all about it. There's at least seats for 100 people, but most of them are not taken. To either sides of this grand hall are 2 thrones on opposite sides, both of which are raised but currently vacant.
Is there anything that looks off other than obviously no one sitting down, very few people sitting down, and then empty chairs?
Yeah. It doesn't really seem off. Most people are just milling about, talking with each other. Some are sitting, eating the many course meal that they have prepared. But it seems most everyone's just being social.
Is there any strange magics being used right now?
Roll a psychic mastery.
Can you just see that without having to actively look for it?
I don't know.
She can feel stuff like that, basically. She won't be able to pinpoint the source or who is doing it exactly.
I rolled so bad.
No, everything seems psychically normal here.
Okay.
Every now and then, you kind of feel like a latent psyker, someone who has psychic powers, but it's not powerful at all. They don't even know they have it. You kind of get the sense every so often. And it's just like, oh, whatever. It's like a small breeze going by that you barely notice.
Someone farted.
It was Gildo.
It was Gildo. He failed his stealth check.
It wasn't
his stealth
Tornai.
check.
I'm
You
locked in a
farted.
room.
Yeah.
No, you farted. You farted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, as we're walking in, I follow Luther. I will just kind of be... She's, like, looking around a bit, and she's just trying to sense stuff. And
Yeah, and since you guys are spending 15 minutes just walking around, what are you guys gonna look for, do exactly? Aside from get attacked by your cat, maybe.
God damn you.
I guess I'm looking for anyone that, like I said, anyone that looks at a place or...
Oh,
perhaps.
roll an awareness, difficulty 4.
3.
Can I also roll for this out of placeness?
You can assist her in it.
Oh, okay. Wrong roll. There we go. It's better than that. Yeah.
Yeah, Maggie, roll a extra 1d6 for that one.
Why always on the knee? The knee doesn't have jeans on it. My jeans always have holes in them. Not the knee.
Hey!
Perfect. That's a 4.
Yep.
You recognize
That's what we
somebody
needed.
from the
We
ship.
got no glory today. Dang.
No one has. I've
I've rolled 2 complications.
Yeah. Today's
I
not
have
our
2
day.
rune.
Can't have nice things.
The day we went to the palace.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do recognize somebody. They're dressed in relative finery compared to everyone else. And they're talking with a group of about 8 other people, and they're very boisterous and loud about it. This skinny figure. You recognize him from an old poster on the ship.
What was the poster of?
A wanted poster. The name is Go Ushi,
Oh,
if you recall correctly.
I remember this person. This is who I was looking for, right?
Yes.
I
Murder him. What?
look that direction and I look at Luther and I look back at Luther and I say, whatever he is up to, it is no good.
I look over to see the picture. Does this person stand out to me at all?
No. They look like a upper middle class person. Somebody who's clearly trying to break out into a better position for themselves in life. But other than that, they just look like a normal person.
Okay. So they just look like a regular person I've ever seen before or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, a regular socialite, like somebody you would see at balls and other like public displays of power, as like a courtier or part of someone's
Before we start walking, and you're kind of looking at, and I see you kind of observing questioningly.
I do spend a lot of time looking around balls, so it makes sense that Anyways, go ahead.
Astara's just like, he used to be a bounty hunter.
Oh, successful or
Criminal. Changed his ways.
too often when somebody finds an opportunity to stray from the path, they jump right in.
Whatever
Full heretic?
he is trying to put on this face is not his.
I will give her a quizzical look.
Like you don't understand what she's saying.
Like to elaborate further. I mean, I assume you mean he's fronting like this. He's not actually, But I'm just seeing if there was any more insinuation than that.
He's pretending to be somebody he's not.
Yeah. So it does mean what I think.
Whenever you give her a weird look, she says that. Yeah.
I nod the further understanding. You think he might be about here? I say, kind of like turning around and looking at the great beyond.
She kind of looks around and she's like, I do not see anyone else who draws my attention.
Who would the
How about
target
you?
be? Oh, sorry. I shake my head and then say, who would the target be?
Any fool that would fall for his tricks.
Yeah, many fools may fall for the tricks, but I'm sure there's somebody specific he's going for. Who would have the biggest payday on their head?
I guess we're looking around now to see who he might be trying to fool.
I think I might want to roll like a cunning or something like that to
I think
kind of
we
get
walk
an
up
idea
to
of.
him. No, just kidding.
Well, sure, but I just want to see if I can kind of like usually you would probably kind of put two and two together out of like in like
Like an investigation type of thing.
Yeah, but I don't know if I know enough about the persons here to kind of make that connection myself real life.
Can I,
So-
when he asked that question, can I do an investigation with an
Yes.
assist? Okay. You roll me to see if you can assist, and then I will roll.
Yeah,
Just nailed himself in the eye with his headset somehow.
investigation assist. Hello.
Cool. You definitely
hello.
get it.
What's your investigation bonus?
I have a 7.
Oh, me too. Okay, cool. We really are just good team.
Yeah. Well, I'm like a police officer, and you're like a
Douchebag. I know. We go hand in hand.
like a commander. So
Yeah,
okay, so bonus
good
die is
cop.
1.
So you have bad cop and really bad cop.
Yeah.
11.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Hey, you got a glory for
We
us.
got a
Yeah,
glory.
I'll let you shift one of those, and I'll let you shift another into a glory if you want. So you get
Okay.
Jeez
I will
Louise.
shift one for quality information.
Okay.
She like sniffs a drink and knows exactly what happened.
This was poured 47 minutes ago. It's
Immediately.
it's 6% alcohol by volume.
It's kind of like when Luther says, what would the score be? Who's he trying to trick? That Astara kind of like thinks on it.
You
Back to my
know this to be his MO.
Yeah.
This is actually very stereotypical for him. On the Vonderwolf itself, you remember the name Go Ushi simply because that was the alias he went by. And for him attempting to cause these riots in the lower decks of the ship to gain a better sense of power himself, or to simply cause chaos. You're not quite sure. You hear ever so slightly in the conversation, he's not going by Goushi at the moment. He's in fact going by Percy Seville.
Let me open up my notes. Goishi and Percy. How do you spell? Because you don't know how I'm going to spell Goishi.
Goushi.
Go E Go Hishi. There you go.
Ushi.
Oh, Ushi.
Um,
You wrote it in there. Oh, cool. Well, that's two words. Okay.
We've heard
And
that.
Percy Seville
We've
is
heard
perfect.
the name
Right.
Percy Seville before or something.
have you?
I feel like we
I don't-
have.
You've heard the name similar to it, yes.
That name sounds similar.
I know. That's why I used it. And also because I really like the name Percy.
No. Piletera? No, Piletera is the name of a city.
I typed like 60 times just trying to write that guy's name and
I don't have it.
his bounty hunter.
Thought I did.
I know we have
Um,
someone named Percival, but that was different. That was Percival Manspread.
Yeah.
That's a different
Ah.
person.
That is. Now, Astara, just listening to his conversation, you can tell his main goal here is he's disguising himself with the other refugees. And he's ensuring that they buy his cover as this Percy Seville, a minor noble of a far-off world. No one's heard of it before. He's simply on a pilgrimage trip. And hey, being such a loving and loyal man of the Imperium, surely that this frontier world will not so much bend to this minor noble from another world, but will treat him right, will maybe offer him a place of power, simply to join their retinue instead. After all, he is quite loyal and, shall we say, dashing.
Okay. After Astara takes a moment to like look around, she looks back at Luther. Sorry, there's cats making noises behind me.
It might be mine because mine's purring
No,
like crazy.
it's-
Oh, okay.
It's them.
Both.
They're-
It's
Oh, that's right. You don't have headphones on, so you would have.
Yeah, they're battling.
Yeah.
She kind of like leans over to you and is like, I think you're right. He does have somebody he is trying to score. But it is not just one. On the Wanderwolf, he played tricks on people, rallied them against each other. I fear that is what maybe he's doing here.
Do you know who they might be? Perhaps the two. What are they called? Governors?
Yep.
It would not surprise me.
Well, we know in the. We know of the leadership of this region, of this planet, at least one loose nut that somebody might take advantage of to get in and gain control. I think we might have to work a little bit quicker to tighten that bolt. Put me as a bit of a buffer. I don't really give two flying fucks about the overall well-being of this planet, but we have a task to do here and should probably get it done.
Well, we know that he would try to befriend you.
I'll look at her and give her probably the most soothing and charming smile that I could pull off, like I'm actually a nice guy. And that will be I don't even know what kind of roll that is.
Deception.
All right, here we go. Hey, I got all successes.
Yeah, but
you
she
roll
still
my
knows
insight.
you're a douchebag.
Oh, she knows. Insight with a plus 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a nice
4 to
guy.
7.
Like,
I meant that because you are a commissar here, he would try to be, well, amenable to you.
in his favor, basically.
Yes.
I got that. I nod because I understood what you were saying beforehand, and and then yeah, I just say, well, something else to keep an eye open for. have you seen Tornado, Ray? Taurine? Have you
Were
seen?
you looking for both of us? Is that why you said tornado?
Oh yeah. I was like, what was his name again?
Tornado.
Tornado. That's right. I forgot about that tornado. Have you seen Tornai? Sorry, I just kind of like changing the subject because obviously we're going to continue with that. I say, have you seen Tornai?
To Gilda?
No, I say it to you.
Oh.
Like, hi.
I did not see him in the room. I open my comms then and say, how about you? Have you seen him?
To me?
Yeah.
Do I, Frank, or is this an investigation?
No, not yet. You definitely have not seen him yet.
Well, out of game, we kind of know where he is. So
Yeah.
Negative.
In the game, you guys know he's being interrogated or debriefed.
About to kill people is what's about to happen.
So then I'll say to. I'm sorry. Were you continuing, Eric?
No, let's just say something to just the same stuff like negative, no visual on Tornai.
Is there a chance that maybe you can get sight on him? Kind of looking at her.
Perhaps I can try. I don't know where he would be.
I nod and I'm going to.
Is there a buffet?
Yes.
It smells delicious. I say.
I'll check the buffet first.
It's good point.
Astara just kind of looks at Luther, nods, and says, I must use the restroom. I will return. And she...
I'll take her beverage and say, allow me to refresh that. And then kind of like grab her drink and head over to the buffet and where drinks might be.
And I'm going to go to the restroom and I'm going to obviously scry.
All right.
It's gonna be super awkward when somebody like has to like knock on the stall door and she can't hear or see them. She's like, "Hello, it's an emergency. I really gotta. No, let me in. No, let me."
No, the restroom she enters is clearly a public restroom, but with the incredibly fancy everything, there's like, how sometimes you go to a super fancy place and they have the people that will give you the soap and the towels.
Yeah.
And the bedazzled toilet seat.
Is there a servitor that's like handing you
there's
towels?
There's like 6 servitors just milling about, which are decorated in these almost gold like outfits. You can tell it's brass with a closer look. And they don't have arms. Instead, in front of them, you simply see trays of these toiletries as they mill about. All right, and you scry. Let's roll your psychic mastery.
Right. Do
Ghosts appear everywhere.
it. Yeah, the bathroom it becomes a giant sinkhole. Okay. I think if I wanted 7.
Perfect. All right. And that's right. You don't get glory on this.
I don't get a glory, but I get increased range by a 10 factor. Or by a factor of 10. For every one.
A factor of 10, that's like 15 miles then? Something like that.
5 kilometers that I can scry from.
50 miles?
Greg's like, math?
Math. And I'm a math teacher too. Yeah, you can pretty much go anywhere within the palace that you wish at the moment. But you don't see Tornai. There's several blank spots which you just can't get into.
Is this familiar to me?
A little bit. There's psychic dampeners that people can use to make sure that people can't scry on them. But lower in the palace, there's a darkness that you can see. It kind of pulls at you.
Get closer.
How close?
Closer.
All right. Roll another psychic mastery test for me.
Okay. Oh, psychic mastery, not.
Oh, I'll
Okay.
take that.
You want that? I know you want that.
I want that one.
No, that wasn't a psychic
Oh
mastery.
no, it was a scry, and that's what I wanted. Aw.
Aw.
Keep that.
They're different
That's another
rolls.
glory.
Fail, though.
But you get a glory though.
But yeah, you get a ruin.
Glory to
No,
the
a glory, we get a
newborn
So you get a
King.
glory. It says ruin because you're a GM.
We do not get glory for
Not on
my
her
psychic
psychic mastery stuff.
masteries.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You
Remember,
said that last
we've
week.
been playing
Oh,
it
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, you explicitly said that last week.
Yeah.
I
Damn.
get.
Turns
I
out-
have. That's why like that scry was, by a factor of 10. I got increased range was because that's what I'm supposed to spend them on.
Yeah.
First,
Yeah.
roll a 2d6 for me, not for a dangers of the warp or perils of the
Okay.
warp. Just because I want to see something. What'd you get?
41.
41. Okay, not bad. 4 and the 1. All right. You get closer and closer, and your vision slowly begins to redden.
Oh, weird.
You, for the first time, start feeling out of breath. You can feel the blood in your veins growing warmer and hotter the closer you get to this pit of darkness. Roll a conviction test for me.
What? Okay. And that is in. Oh wow, we've never rolled a conviction.
Attributes.
I'm going to say that I'm going to use a wrath point for this to reroll any failures.
Okay. You can also roll, or you can also use another wrath to decrease the difficulty number.
Should I use both of my wraths, you guys?
Up
Well,
to you.
can't you use a glory to do a bonus die?
I think being successful in finding our teammate, because it's a meta decision to use glory, and we're yeah, I think so.
Spending it to achieve what you want. We need to find him. Otherwise, he's dead.
I don't think this is to find him. I think this is a totally different situation that I'm in.
I mean, I'm fine with you. I still kind of assume it's fine. Either way, I think it's important. Yeah.
I think
So
it's
you-
important as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
It's
use
a
the
meta
glory for
mechanic,
the extra
so-
die, and I'll use the wrath to lower the difficulty, and I'll use another wrath to
Difficulty 4.
reroll any failures. Ending. I guess I still technically have that until I roll failures, right?
Yeah, you still have the one.
Okay, let's see.
You got it.
4. And I don't have to reroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you keep your wrath.
Get to keep the wrath.
Let's see. Oh, I
Roll
got
the one wrath. Our first
Sorry, I have to read
conviction
it.
roll.
It is.
We're in the end game now.
Yes.
10 episodes in our first conviction roll. What does it mean?
You hear a voice as
Okay.
you grow closer to this darkness,
Okay.
and you feel this wave of anger wash over you. Who dares to peer upon me?
I just kind of listen. Do I recognize that voice at all or no?
No,
Hmm.
but you feel this energy growing, this psychic energy pushing you backwards towards your actual body.
Okay.
I'm coming for you, interloper.
Oh, this might have been what. Okay.
Okay. I'm debating if I respond or not. I guess whenever it asks who. What did it say? It said who dare.
Who dares disturb, or who dares prime me, basically.
The Empire.
Can be good.
It says the Emperor.
No corpse god shall peer upon me. You too shall be a corpse soon. And you feel you're being pushed back visibly now as this overwhelming psychic power grows stronger and stronger. And you essentially zip through the rooms now.
I will.
Towards the
I
restroom.
mean, as soon as, like, even a moment of that happens, and they say that, I think she just says, "Heretic, if I find you first," and she disappears.
Yeah.
She immediately goes back to, and she's like in the bathroom stall going, because she can't breathe.
Yeah. Also, good job passing your first corruption test.
Woo, we did it.
Unfortunately, you rolled a 6 on it, which decreases the difficulty by 2. So, unfortunately, you passed.
Fortunately.
For me.
Fortunately, you mean.
Yeah, you
Perfect.
essentially wake up breathing heavily in this cold sweat as, despite being a cold sweat, you are burning on the inside. Whatever this was, you've never felt something like it before.
She kind of stays in the stall for a moment to catch her breath, and when she catches her breath, she'll go out and she'll kind of like clean her face and like try to.
Yeah, one of the servitors approaches you and just lopsided. The
What does
toiletries
the servitor think I was doing in the bathroom?
flopping down.
Flopping down. Whoa. That motion and that.
No, its chest literally opens up into this small little cabinet thing.
Yeah,
Toiletries
flop.
and the like.
Just flop. You just hear a flop sound.
Exactly. Would you like a warm towel?
This is the beginning of a porno.
I just.
Oh, whoa!
I take the warm towel and I use it.
Yeah, and you pat yourself down with it.
Yeah.
Would you like extra large sausage pizza?
Why?
To go with
Astara
that.
takes 2.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, it. You see like a little thing on its neck go out. It's almost like a.
Speaking
funnel.
of pizza, where's your pizza, Tyler?
Oh, I already ate it.
Tyler, dare you?
I ate it at 5 because I hadn't eaten.
Tyler, I'm not even joking. I almost panicked today. I forgot. My day was so crazy. I thought today was Friday. So like, oh my God, I don't have time to get a pizza before. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we see this thing like offering Astara like, hey, yo, I can do your makeup and stuff. I can powder you. And as Astara is probably battling this thing off now, we go to Tornai. Can everyone else please take off your headsets or mute yourself?
Oh, crap.
I guess text me in Discord.
I will wave like this,
Oh.
and then I'll
okay.
text you.
I can text you via phone if you want, Maggie.
All right. So, Tornai, you're sitting in there for a good 15 minutes.
He's playing with his guns.
Yeah. Before the door finally opens, a figure walks in.
He's
Looks
not
like-
even gonna look. He's gonna have like lean back in the chair, like tilted, and his feet are up on the table, and he's just looking at the wall, like, "Yeah, who is it? It's about damn time."
It is Serpente,
He'll
Shadow Mimic.
he'll kind of sit up at that, and
And the figure, dressed in a simple robe, walks to the end of the table in front of you. Report.
oh, wasn't prepared. Well, I mean, seems 2 of the comrades know what's going on here.
In what regard?
They know about us. They don't know me, but they don't know that, but they know about what's being done here. And Ostara and Gildo both know know what's happening. Know that, well, who we are and what we do.
Unfortunate. Mission objective changed for you. You are no longer to eliminate them, nor gather information. If possible, convert. If not possible, exit world. Spread the gene seed of our kind.
Honest question, would that kind of be an honor to be sent elsewhere?
Oh, 100%, yeah. For basically what you're doing is you are being sent to create cults on other worlds.
Oh wow, that's like a big thing.
Yeah, exactly. Which is basically, hey, go have fun with some people. And it will just happen over the next 50 years for every kid that you have, basically. Congratulations.
Oh. I just picture he just goes out and he's like, sweet, I can have sex now.
You must propagate.
Understood. Appreciate the honor to be able to do this. By the way, I found out the psychic has drawbacks for psychic abilities, and that Katachan warrior Gildo is quite a formidable man in combat. But I made sure and covered the traces of the incident at the hotel, and then the Roto chapter as well.
Perfect. Where is the detonator?
Planted on the guard.
Which guard in particular?
I don't know, the guy that talked to me first and was Dick. Dickwad. That guy.
Understood. We will let him live then. I will use my position here to arrest him. Push blame from us to them.
Yeah, given that it's a person of the palace, I figured you could push blame to those in charge.
Yes. It is unfortunate that it would appear we are discovered. Attempt to undermine the discovery as best as you can, but do not reveal your cover.
Understood.
You must leave this world safely and as soon as you can.
Understood. Any idea where a ship could perhaps be?
Yes. One shall be here shortly. If you survive, use it to escape this system.
He'll nod, sit up straight, and glory to the Emperor Reborn.
Glory to the Emperor Reborn. And at that, he simply leaves the room, leaving the door open for you to leave. You can tell, as soon as he leaves, he hits a collar on his neck and takes off the psychic dampener. Clearly, he did not wish anyone to see. All right. And with that, we can wave them all back. Should probably
Yeah, it was muted.
ping Maggie that we are.
Maggie!
Maggie! It's all good.
So Tornai is out of interrogation and making his way to the buffet now. Annoyed, peeved, pissed off.
There's no one guiding you, by the way.
Yeah, he's just literally like, all right, you can go now. And it's like, yeah, you think I remembered where the hell I came from? So he's just walking around.
Okay. You were rude to them. What do you expect?
Dickwads.
No, D-quad.
D-quad. What a dick. Anyway. He seemed off.
Is it kind of one of those like things where I come out of the bathroom and like there's Tornai? I see him walking down the hallway.
Yeah, pretty
like,
much.
Like the perfect time.
Can I roll an intellect to see if Tornai even knows the way back? Or is that a scholar?
Intellect?
Yeah, to see if I remember the way back. That's
It'd be
what I'll roll.
survival.
Oh yeah, survival.
Survival? Oh, I should have advantage
to
in
Eric.
survival then.
It's got to be survival. It's
It is
your
survival.
Yeah, survival's like your sense of direction.
Do I get my bonus thing with my rank because of my class?
Yes.
It's like tracking where I was from, so I'm like tracking myself.
I'll say yes.
All right,
It's
so how does
fun.
that work? Do I get 2 extra die because of I'm rank 2?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wait, you get 1, I think? Because it should be like.
I'm sure there's
plus
people
your rank.
directing you
Oh,
too,
okay,
though, because
so
they
yeah.
probably don't want people
No,
wandering
they actually
about.
abandoned me.
No, it's no one's guiding you, but like people
Oh.
are like, it's that way.
All right, I'm still rolling. I rolled a 2.
Now, you yourself could not get back.
That's why I find you. It's
Yeah,
'cause
it
you're
takes you a while. You're about to enter the women's bathroom by accident, and Astara's just standing there in front of this servitor who's trying to like powder her cheeks.
Yeah, I come. out of the-
Tornai's drunk
out of the-
from the whiskey they got him.
I come out of the bathroom and I'm like, Tornai,
Yeah, what?
what have you been? We were looking for you.
Sorry, they interrogated me somewhere downstairs.
Excuse me, sir. This
Ow.
is the female restroom.
I
How can you tell
I
whether I'm male or female?
step out of the bathroom and with him. I'm like, how far?
I don't know, somewhere that way. What do you mean, how far?
Approximately how many kilometers away? She says, because she's so weird.
How many steps did Tornai take, Frank?
Like
What do I roll? A D100?
7,873.
7,000. 7,800. That's more
That's
than
a lot of steps.
Hold on.
I don't think.
Hold on. I'm gonna roll 2D100.
That's about a mile and a half.
2D100.
Think of this. Basically, this palace is a large version of the Palace of Versailles.
Oh, okay. I've been there.
If you ever need to picture a Warhammer palace, think of the Palace of Versailles as a small chateau.
Yeah, and Scott, you're right. That servitor totally did judge his gender.
It did.
Yeah, and that's why I said, how can you tell? But anyway,
Just scans you.
Tornai's gonna respond and be like, I don't know, I've been walking for a while. I'd say mile and a half that way and this way. And he starts like motioning with his hands in all kinds of different directions and like down and to the
I
left
stop
and around.
him, and I'm just like, it is fine. Come. And she just starts walking.
Yeah.
What
And
did they ask you?
Where I'm from, they asked me for my paperwork, what I was doing here, what my purpose for coming to the dinner was, which I don't understand why they're asking that when they're the ones who invited us, but you know, I don't know. They wanted to make sure I was who I said I was, and that was the main thing. Apparently, they've run into some issues of people pretending to be other people.
And what are you?
I was me. I'm Tornai Periat. No. You think they would let me go if I was trying to be somebody else?
If you're good enough, maybe.
Yeah. Me, a liar. I go straight on the direct path.
She nods and continues walking.
as you two are walking, we go back to Gildo and Luther in the banquet hall. After several minutes of Astara being gone, Luther, you notice activity at the doors. No longer ceremonial guards are taking place, as actual soldiers begin to line every exit that there is. You hear two loud clatters as one of them slams a scepter onto the ground. Her Majesty, Governess Anita Carne, graces you with her presence.
Frank, do we feel graced?
Yes.
Okay.
Tornai is going to speak up and be like, I grace
You're
this
not even
room with my
there.
presence too.
Oh. Don't know that guy? Don't know that guy?
We are not there
Not mine.
yet.
No?
I want to though. It's fine. We're not there.
Yeah, and Gildo, roll another stealth.
Hey, You know, this is the moment when it's all gonna go bad, right? You know that, right?
Then
Okay.
then put some wrath in that shit.
Can I roll an assist if
Perfect.
I walk?
It doesn't
in and
help, I'll just burn it.
well enough?
Yeah. So
But wrath,
As
you can
soon-
reroll all your failures.
I think he
as
succeeded anyway.
Okay, good.
Hildo, as soon as you hear the scepter banging against the floor, you hear another noise. You hear
It's on your feet.
two servo skulls, one from behind, one from in front, coming for you. Clearly on patrol. You've seen the servitors before, but not the servo skulls within here. How do you avoid them?
If only these vents had vents.
Yeah.
What if they do? Roll the 7.
I mean, I would. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I would have to just play like that real desperate stealth game of, knowing where they're going and outthinking them.
Yeah,
Like they're
it's
dumb.
literally
They're not
one
really.
high, one low.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like that crime scene cleanup game where like you just gotta like time the field of vision stuff, and
Yeah,
I picture Gildo finds an opening in the vent
I act
that's
dead.
contained within a wall in a boiler room.
No,
Climbs out.
you rolled a 7. You're gonna avoid them.
Climbs out of the vent.
oh,
Hides on
okay.
the outside of the vent.
I'm just
Climbs
asking
back
how
into
you
the vent.
avoid them.
oh, you're asking me to describe it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, you're right. Okay. Yeah, no, I think Tyler's not that far off. Like, I probably do have to leave the vents or like a part of the vent, and like go into, like, some kind of like old boiler or like a dumpster before climbing back in.
Yeah, and as
Some sort of
one these
utility-
servitors pass, you notice this is a armed servitor. It would appear out of underneath one of the jawbones.
Like it has an arm.
It has a las gun, or at the very least, a las pistol.
Why would a servitor have a las gun?
Who knows?
Because An made
What are-
somebody angry.
What are the top 3 reasons why a servitor would have a las gun in a
Because An made
facility?
somebody angry.
Oh, it's a sentry. It's a hunter-killer drone. Or it's
Hunter
just-
killer sounds really dangerous.
Yes.
Okay.
Roll a quick awareness for me before we go to break.
Sure. 7 as well.
Perfect.
But
Also, take that.
glory.
Take that glory.
Yeah.
You recognize these. These are 100% hunter-killer servitors
Okay.
searching for infiltrators. You know that despite it being
Hunter killers.
essentially the equivalent of a las pistol, this thing also carries a explosive charge on it to get close to people.
Oh my god. Yep. Okay.
It's basically a frag grenade, but if it gets right up on somebody, it will hurt them and or kill them.
Yeah. Okay. What a terrifying weapon.
Yeah. At that, as we see Gildo ducking into this this old empty essentially AC tank, looking up at these two passing servitors, their red sensors fanning back and forth. We go to commercial break.
Nice. All right. We do have another piece of fan art of Tornai
Oh,
as a waiter.
What?
Oh gosh.
Where
I
is
just
it?
Let's see
Oh
this.
man. I
There it is.
just had the best stealth check idea.
I love it.
I've replaced a moving fan. I'm just spinning around with my knife just as the fan.
Just holding on to
You
it.
need
I'm just holding it like a Vitruvian man.
You
Just
need to
spinning
do
around.
that for one of them in the future.
Yes.
Write it down so you don't forget. Like, you should just
I
have
always-
a list of ridiculous ideas.
I always just think of the best shit like a moment after.
You know, you're still in the vent. You have that chance.
listen,
Yeah.
I'd like
It's
to.
it's an event to remember.
I'd like to submit a formal complaint about that picture. The artist knows what's wrong with the picture, and I think they know how they can correct the mistake.
I
of
assume
that
you're talking
image.
about the lack of bulge.
No, what? Don't be weird, friend.
Where was this
Are you-
placed? Hold
I
on.
posted
Well,
it
in
in
Twitch chat.
Unsung Fury and in Twitch chat.
Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
Gotta know. I don't see what's wrong with it.
Yeah, they know.
Looks good to me.
They know. Snow knows.
It tracks.
Okay.
Oh, he's wearing pants.
Well, he
Something
can't
that
take
Tyler's not
anything
used to.
off because he's not.
I know, it's melted to me.
It's
Why,
melted to him.
why are you saying that's wrong, Scott?
Yeah.
Listen.
It's because in Scott's fantasy, in his
No,
fanfic,
no,
you're
no,
not
no,
wearing
no,
pants.
no.
In Scott's fantasy, every male does not wear pants.
I'm just saying, if
Wear
we took off that
hats.
mask, I wouldn't be surprised if what we saw was a bunch of scales. Okay?
Oh my god.
Saying.
Lizard?
Saying.
I was a minotaur on the.
Whatever you say. Dude, listen, whatever. And then, did we shave the fur?
No.
Underneath the mask, Scooby-Doo style?
Well,
Yes!
add that to our Scooby Doo. Let us go to the
We
break.
are going to take our break, so thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for the amazing fan art as well. We really enjoyed it, Noelle, and of course, you feel free to tweet us some more fan art. We like fan art. If you're enjoying the show, give us a follow right here on twitch.tv/Margaret Crone, as well as if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It makes a big deal. It makes a big difference. And of course, if you're just tuning in now and you missed the other half and you're going to just watch the rest of this with us, you can always check out all of our future or past episodes and future episodes at Margaret Crone Plays on the YouTube channel. And if you're feeling super duper generous and you want to help support the show, as I do pay everybody who's on the show, you can hit the subscribe button, as well as, if you're feeling super generous, you can hit the donate and donate extra. So thank you so much. We'll see you guys in a moment. We're just going to take a little break, stretch your legs, get some water, all that jazz. And we'll see you in roughly 8-ish minutes. Woo-hoo.
Doodles.
everyone, welcome to part 2 of Unsung Fury, episode 10. Take it away, Frank.
Now we come back from the scene of these two hunter-killer servitor skulls floating nonchalantly in the vents just over where Gilda was. And in Gilda's view, we see just a vent to his side where he's able to peer down into this banquet hall as these guards line the doors. There's a few dozen guards. There's probably more outside from you can guess. And the doors swing open as the two door guards pull them. And without much fanfare aside from her announcement, this tall, slender figure walks into the banquet hall. Her almost pure white dress blinding in the light, as her raven black hair is tied up in a bun. The dress itself is more of a military uniform than an actual dress, and yet it is clearly meant to be both. As, despite the long flowing gown, she has military medals all across her chest. And she looks around, hands clasped behind her back, and smiles softly without addressing anyone, turns towards the right and heads towards her throne, climbing up on the dais and then sitting.
Can I just listen?
Yeah, Tornai.
She doesn't say anything.
There yet, right?
Not yet. You both do notice several of the staff, the maitre d's and hosts and hostesses, kind of taking cover, almost pulling into rooms, clearing the hallways.
Okay. I look at Tornai. I'm like, why do you think they would be doing that? I kind of point at a couple of them as they shuffle into.
Well, the only time I tend to hide is when there's gunfire about, so I guess this might be a trap like we thought beforehand.
Star nods. Are these all like servitor type of?
They're regular people. Most of them are augmented, that you can tell, simply to serve better, but they are actual living, breathing people instead of
I'll stop someone as we're walking by then, before they go into the room.
You stop one of the cleaners, and they look at you almost quizzically.
Where are you going?
They told us to clear the hallways.
But why?
Don't know. Probably procession. Could be any reason. Point is, we're not supposed to be in sight at the moment.
Tornai will kind of step up and be like, is this a normal thing when somebody walks in?
I was going to ask the same thing.
Only for certain dignitaries. And even then, Otto likes to have us on display just in case.
Tornai doesn't know which one this is. Is this Otto? Is this the other one?
As soon as you say the name Otto, you see not fear, but a little bit of panic in their eyes. I mean, Otto, not Otto. There is no one here named Otto. Otto is his name.
You mean like AUTO or OTTO?
I mean,
Tornai sees a reaction, and he's literally just going to keep pressing.
Otra.
Ortera.
ESPN, the Otro.
Is this...
What? Is this how you spell his name?
Ocho, like the number 8 in Spanish?
He, puts his hand up towards your face to shut you up. Just like, Lord Governor Otra.
Right, so
Lord
is this normal?
Governess's brother.
Yeah, so is this normal?
I couldn't tell you. We simply got the orders. It's not usual, I can tell you.
I don't know. If you won't answer to me, answer to her. I'll just kind of I'll point to Astara and just
see
kind of
like confusion over the person's face. You don't even have to roll insight. Sorry, you've interrogated people before. This is clearly a bystander who doesn't really know. He was told, "Hey, clear the hallways."
I was just curious what they were told. I nod and I'm like, go on with your business. Sorry.
Thank you, my lady, and may the Emperor's blessing be with you.
And she, like, without, further, she just kind of says, like, a little prayer to the Emperor.
Yeah. And what do you guys do after that?
I'm going to move cautiously, I think. In fact, part of me is thinking about stealthing. Perhaps we should be more careful at the end.
It's good. Stealthing's a good strat.
Tornai's. I want to pay attention to the guards and see how their hands and arms are towards their weapons. Seeing if they're okay. I didn't even have to roll insight for that.
No.
Okay.
Maggie, can't you chameleon or something?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
you
I was
can.
thinking about stealthing.
Roll it and roll chaos.
So with this one,
Chaos.
as well as power is in effect, I get 1 plus 1 dice extra stealth checks that I make.
Can I perhaps assist her stealth by going and talking to a guard?
In this case, chameleon is she basically becomes predator,
Oh, so she just vanishes.
pretty much.
But if somebody's looking at her, it'd be like, what the
Nah.
Woo!
She's fine.
Get a 9.
She ducks into a doorwell, chameleons, and then walks out completely invisible. You don't even know where she is. You simply saw her 1 minute, and then the next she was gone.
Astara, if you were paying attention, Tornai would just kind of be looking around like, the hell?
Nice.
And then he'd kind of just slowly keep looking around like that, walking into the main room, just watching for you, looking for you, and looking at
No, listen
anybody
to her.
else.
She said to be stealthy, and then you're like,
I'm just gonna enter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a few minutes before you guys enter, we pull back to Luther.
Oh, Tornai wanted to walk in and then stealth inside. Like
Inside the banquet hall?
Yeah.
Yeah. A few moments before you guys arrive, we pull back to Luther now that Scott's done eating.
I'm always eating and not eating.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And we see Anita, hands clasped on her lap, raised above everyone else, simply smiling gently down at the crowd. And then her eyes fall on you, Luther.
Okay.
Ah, Junior Commissar, I see you are here. It is so nice that you have decided to join us at last. I believe you are late for your assignment, but that is quite all right with all the hassles that's been going on lately.
How far is she from me?
About 20 feet and raised on her little platform.
I'll take several steps forward, because I imagine there's a bit of a crowd around her. So to make it to be a bit closer, and to acknowledge that she'd spoken to me. But I don't think I'll say anything back right now.
Yeah.
Since
And
our platform.
she continues her smile gentle down at you. Now, it is to my understanding, my dear Luther Commissar Huchard, that you came in with a partner, a BT's officer, is that correct?
You are correct.
And where might she be?
She had to use the facilities.
Quite understandable. It is quite a long trek from here to there, especially during a feast. Well, surely you will acquaint us.
I'm looking forward to it.
And she smiles as you say that, and she puts her hand out almost daintily towards you.
Oh,
I give her A high five. That's a high five. Okay, bro. You know, like what do I do with this? No, I'm just kidding. I'll take the dead fish. Now, is it custom for me to to smooch the dead fish?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so I give a smooch to the dead fish.
Oh, shaking someone's hand who's like so gentle.
Oh,
is
it's
so
like
weird.
the
uncomfortable
They
feeling.
kiss my hand.
As
The only time that I thought it was acceptable was when it was my hygienist. Because like
Ooh, yeah.
my hygienist shook my hand and I I go in for like a solid handshake and I was like, oh my god, I think I just crushed her hand. 'Cause her hand was like, her handshake was so gentle. I was like, oh my gosh.
see, if it's a handshake and it's dainty, or not dainty, but if it's like, I don't know, a dead fish, it's like,
Yeah.
it's just sad.
Yeah.
But if it's one of
I
these,
feel like I'm
which,
like murdering someone.
yeah,
no,
but,
it's
but if it's
clearly one
legit
of
like a
these.
presented
Yeah, it's
hand,
like,
it's not awkward.
Lovely.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like yeah.
And as you press your lips to her hand, she kind of just smiles. Commissar, you do have some soft lips.
I imagine instead of kissing her
Ooh,
hand,
great.
Luther takes her finger and just goes. I'm sorry. I'm
Excuse me.
sorry.
Are you trying to kink shame me? Because
Always.
No, honestly, I imagine my character, because he's not very deceptive, might even be one of those awkward moments where, like, as he's pulling away and she says that, where there's that like half-second pause before I continue like the fluid motion doing what I was doing beforehand, and I'll look at her and give a smile, but with no verbal response.
Yeah, and as she pulls her hand back, she smiles teasingly down at you now. Just the smirk of, gotcha. As she was clearly teasing you. Now, I do hope to hear your powerful voice more often in my halls, as you guide my guards to do that duty.
I will, I don't know if it's appropriate to give like a bow, but there's no more words that need to be said, so I'll just give a bit of a bow as a response.
Yeah, and she pulls back, leans back in her seat, pretty much expecting you to do just that. As she folds her fingers once more over her lap, crosses her ankles, and observes the feast.
To do just that, meaning like also sit back in a seat?
No, to pull back from the her throne.
Oh yeah. Obviously, I would step away.
Like,
Yes.
you both had the unspoken word done here.
Yep. Nope. Understood. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And as Luther is walking down from this raised platform, we see... Are you bursting into the room, Tornai?
No, he's trying to slip in and vanish.
Because there are... You know this.
That's what she said.
As soon as you turn the corner to get to the hallway leading to the banquet, there's about 20 guards outside.
Let me check them then. How are they? How are their hands and arms towards their weaponry?
For this, you are gonna have to roll.
Insight or awareness?
Let's do insight to determine their motives and goals.
I'm going to use a Wrath to reroll if I need to.
That's probably a good idea.
Shouldn't need to.
Most of them seem to be on guard, and their weapons are loaded.
On guard and weapons are loaded. Do they look threatening or do they look just...
Prepared.
Yeah, Tornai's going to disappear. He's just going to look and be like, no, I'll chill out here for now. Do I need to roll stealth to vanish?
Yes.
All right, this one I'm using a glory for. And a wrath to reroll if necessary.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, I got that glory back.
What a god.
Now, Gildo, what are you doing during this portion?
Honestly, Frank, my goal is for when the evil guy reveals himself and has the speech and thinks they have the upper hand, I drop from above. So I'm just waiting for that moment.
All right.
I'm ready. I'm
Spider boy, spider boy.
more like a panther.
Gildo is an HVAC man.
Yeah. He's wearing those blue suits.
He's probably learned a lot about HVAC
Probably.
systems, actually.
You know, if you retire, you can easily become like an AC repairman.
Moving up in the world.
I just see him literally cutting perfectly with his sword knife the vents. He's like, "Yep, this is about it."
You see what you got there is a broken carburetor.
Here,
I
let
can
me
fix it. Stab.
In an air conditioner?
I stab it. There you go, good as new.
Exactly.
So I'm fine. I'm just waiting. I'm chilling out, waiting to pounce. Knife's ready to go.
Yeah. Lower difficulty on this stealth, as a few more hunter-killer drones patrol the area.
You're making me dodge these hunter killers, eh?
Oh, I got
Making me dodge.
There's a
them.
lot of them. No, you're fine. You can tell these are different ones. They all have markings on them, and these ones are marked differently than the last two.
Okay. Is there a way to reprogram hunter killers?
Not easily, unless you roll a really good tech check after capturing one by knocking it out with an EMP.
Could he
Right.
spend a wrath point?
Could I
that,
stab it with
he
my knife?
finds a
You can
dead
destroy it with your knife.
destroyed one.
It's like, yeah, that's funny enough, but no, okay. Yes, that's out of the question.
Yeah, usually you would need to find the computator station for it and actually reprogram it
Yeah, that tracks.
there, not manually with your hands and a knife.
By the way, my stealth check is Tornai is acting like a servitor.
I mean,
Wrath
you look like
point. The room that he was in, that he hid in when he had to leave the vent,
Is the
was
server
that
room?
room.
Yeah, okay.
You could do that, Eric.
Yeah, if you want.
I mean, that does sound pretty damn tempting. What do y'all think?
Up to you. Whatever you want to do, man.
What's this room? The one with where he can take control of a killer drone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, yeah.
Do it.
You know what?
Do
I'm gonna
it.
do it. I'm gonna go find that room. You know
Yeah.
what? You all convinced me. That sounds awesome. I'm going for the achievement. Let's do it.
Ah,
Side
Yeah,
quest
okay.
time.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do that.
All right, so you're spending your wrath point.
Oh,
Yeah,
I keep
if you
forgetting
don't
to
mind.
give myself wrath. I should have a wrath.
Yeah, I'll burn the wrath there.
Why do you have a third wrath?
Because I accomplished my straight to the point annoyingness.
He was.
Oh.
Yeah, Gildo, you're able to, despite these patrols of hunter-killer servitors, you're able to just eke out your way to where they're coming from.
Good.
You have to every now and then dodge inside like a side vent as they pass by. Their one red eye scanning as the skulls gently float in the air, humming ever so
Yeah. It's that shot of just the darkness, and you just like see my eyes, and like we just see like the red scan like go near it, but like we all just see the little slit of my eyes, just like super focused.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And-
awesome.
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator.
Yeah,
pretty much. Your
more like a Cylon is like the scanning thing I think of.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's exactly what those eyes are like.
I see, and I'm envisioning what's
I think
the
of
portal? The portal. Right.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think of Link's Awakening with the weird eye and the statue. Been sinister.
I never played it.
Yeah, I don't do drugs. Okay.
Don't do drugs. Okay.
Okay.
It's actually what
Yeah,
this
awesome.
entire
So
show
I'm
is.
gonna go there. I'm gonna go there, and naturally, I'm just gonna. Naturally, nobody's there, and it's completely unsecure.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna jump down there and just fiddle with the controls
Yeah, and
without
it's
a roll,
completely
because that sounds
dark room. It's actually dark blue lights in it, coming
Okay.
from the computator screens and the like. You notice the drone racks, which you can tell probably hold about 20 servitors to help them charge and reprogram and the like. They're all empty.
wow. They pulled out everybody. Okay.
There's a few actual
Perfect.
human-sized servitors just hanging in their
Mechs?
stations. Not mechs, but
Like
they're
aggressors?
They're servitors. They're like
Aggressor-sized? No?
They're
Okay.
just human-sized.
They're the ones that box for entertainment.
Yeah, they're not combat
Rock 'em.
servers or anything like that. They're one looks to be like a heavy lifter. His arms have been cut off and replaced with these 2 large winches,
Sure.
meant to literally just be a human forklift.
Okay.
The other 2 just seem to be simple, all-purpose.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna be super worried about them. I think the most pressing thing would be getting through these vents, getting down there, and controlling the rest of them. Best case, I could try to turn them all off.
Yeah.
Best case, they're ours.
Yeah. Roll a tech check.
Oh, I'm down there?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I already said you got there. You
All right, cool,
rolled
cool.
a bunch of
Definitely use that glory.
Gonna use that glory. Yeah. Spending the glory. Okay, so I'm gonna spend that glory. Gives me an extra die.
Yes, you will.
Ooh, boy. Okay.
Reroll.
All right. No, I haven't rolled it yet. I'm just a 4.
Cool. Astara,
Mm-hmm.
since you're a chameleon, what are you doing? Just gonna
So
leave-
Oh,
hanging
originally
over there.
my thing was gonna be if Tornai walked in, I was gonna follow him, but since I'm not doing that, does anyone look like they're gonna go in at all?
Yes, there looks like another man finely dressed in this beautiful dark blue suit.
Mm.
His hair perfectly cropped, greased backwards, with a small cherub-like creature fluttering around his shoulders.
Why do I picture this guy as like the leader of the Hunger Games?
'Cause he kind of looks like him. And this cherub-like creature, which you all know is a vat-grown infant that has had all of its everything replaced with cybernetics, gently cries and hums as it powders at his cheeks before flying slightly above his shoulder once more. And the doors swing open as he approaches. The herald at arms slams his scepter down on the ground again, echoing throughout the chamber as he announces, "Now entering Otro von Carne, Lord Governor." And unlike his sister, he kind of ducks into the room almost. It looks about swiftly before heading off to the opposite throne. You do have a chance to enter the banquet hall, Astara.
Okay. Yeah, I'll slip into the banquet hall then. The door opens.
Yeah. Luther, you simply see the newcomer, the Lord Governor, as he steps up onto his raised platform, which, now that you noticed, is maybe a few inches lower than Anita's.
That's fine. I mean, makes sense that it'd be a little bit lower than hers. So, but I don't see Maggie's character. She slips in.
Yeah. She's
I do
basically-
or do not.
You
She's
do not.
Predator.
Okay, that makes sense. Yep. No, I got you because she was using chameleon. So, okay, so I see him come in. He doesn't know who I am. Like, well, I mean, I imagine the display she just put on, he does now, right? So,
Most
Luther's
likely,
so
you can
important.
guess he will know who you are,
Okay.
because you're supposed to be the new planetary commissar's adjutant.
well, yeah. I imagine he heard that one was supposed to be on its way, but the fact that I personally was taking over wasn't really a big announcement yet until she just said something. So,
Yeah.
so either way, I watched this person come in. I don't necessarily want to interact with this person in front of all these peoples here because I don't think we know enough to do so. I have kind of two things that I want to look for. One, just kind of like watch unless you're talking to me. It's like watch the way they're interacting with others. So if there's like a sense motive kind of checks, like learn them. And two, because I honestly think the target of this bounty hunter is going to end up being the governors, maybe not her. I'm curious of any persons that might approach them.
Funny enough, actually, Go Ushi, after maybe about a 10-minute wait after Otro enters, does approach Anita and does a very elegant bow before her raised dais. And are you going to try and listen in on their conversation, or?
I mean, I do want to listen to the conversation, absolutely. I'll try to be as discreet as possible, so it's not just like...
I'm watching you.
No. What about you, Astara?
Oh yeah, definitely listening in if I can.
Cool.
I know real life, this bartender ears, where you can like isolate voices from across a room and pick up a lot of what they're saying despite ambient sound. I don't know how good my character is at it though.
I'll have you roll separate awarenesses.
Okay. I'm gonna wrath this one or invest wrath in case I fail to reroll because this matters.
I believe I'm gonna name as
well. All right, cool. 3, 2, 1, click.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
You don't make it. She does make it. Okay. We both basically hear the same thing.
Take my wrath.
As Go Ushi bows.
I was like, I really hope I don't have any like complications.
He said that he wants to what to her? No, you misheard. No, you misheard.
Yeah, you hear the slyness in his voice as he's clearly practiced this before. As he greets the illustrious and beautiful Anita Bellacarne, the true beautiful governess of this world, that he is at the disposal of for any of her needs.
His voice sounds like the governor we heard on the phone, or on the phone, the radio, right?
Oh, shiver.
No, not for Go Ushi.
On the radio?
Yeah, this is Go Ushi.
Oh, this is Go Ushi that's going up. Oh, okay. I thought it was the other. Okay, go on. Sorry.
And Luther, with your awareness, you notice a pair of eyes on you. The one governor who has not called you over yet is simply watching, waiting. You see almost embarrassment on his face.
That's right, because I'm an imposing figure. Okay. I'm listening to the conversation. Is this like right away that I noticed this, or is this a bit into the chat?
A bit into the chat as you're listening.
I can't be made trying to do this. So if I notice this person, hopefully they didn't notice what I was doing. If I notice this person kind of looking at me, I'll probably spend like an extra second or so and then make eye contact with them and then give like the nod that I know who they are. And I suppose
Otro
make my way
immediately turns his head away from you as soon as you look at them. As if, nope, I wasn't looking at you. I was looking over there.
I'll make my way over to say something because they were clearly trying to capture my attention, or at least gawking at my 8 out of 10 sexiness.
Yeah, he wasn't so much gawking at you as much as... But as you approach this opposite throne several hundred feet away, because it's a large banquet hall, he gets ready to stand before you, but then you can tell there's like this secondary training that takes over as he sits back and gets rigid, straight back in the seat as you approach. Yes, so you may approach me.
I'm a roll a. I always forget which one is the sun's motive. Insight, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll insight check, just to get a read on this. He seems like he's just a like boy king kind of way about him, but anything.
Would you like to shift that into anything?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. It's very rare I get to shift, so I always forget. Shifting, not adding glory. What's the other one? Nope. God damn it. There you are. So improve. I want to do the gain information. I want to know more. about this person. So I don't know if it's a quality or a gain, but whichever one it is, I want to know kind of like more about this person, a read on why is it behaving this way. If this is like a personality quirk or.
See a glint of deception in his eyes.
Okay. So they're playing it up. All right.
And do you approach him?
So he says, "You may approach my throne," or whatever
Yeah.
he said. I say, "Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me."
Yes.
Are you sitting like this? Are you like shuddering your shoulders like flirtatiously?
Thank you.
Well,
I
hi
appreciate
there.
you taking the time to meet with me.
Will you have me kiss something else?
Oh my goodness.
His servitor.
I don't remember I'd like to have a musky Scott. I remember what we called it.
A musky Scott?
I don't remember what the word was.
When did
This
it
has
change to
changed.
musky?
That's a different drink. So now you guys
Definitely
have 2 drinks that you
different
can
drink.
make.
I feel like that one's gonna have like a splash of Coke in it or something.
The
you know?
wonky Scott and the musky Scott?
They're nowhere close to each other.
Oh god! Oh no! All right, go ahead.
Then yeah, he gently waves you forward, and he averts his eyes from you if you look him in the eyes. As he's, it's good to have you here, Kamasa. Manfred is unfortunately growing more tired every day, and it's good that you're here to assist him. I'm looking forward to working with you personally.
I may be here to assist the commissar, or whatever the correct title is, the commissar, but that task means that I'm here to assist yourself and the other governor, as well as gesturing towards the lady up there, in what it is that you need. What is it that you need?
At the moment, my dear commissar, is me that I need to be the only governor, as my dear sister will attest the same to you in her position.
Sounds like a conversation I'm going to be looking forward to having with you.
I assure you, commissar, it will not be a fun one, but it will be one that we have quite often.
I nod. I'm looking forward to your invitation, and then I'll give a bit of a bow to end, unless it seems awkward.
Yeah. It kind of looks like he wanted to talk more, but can't or won't.
I definitely wanted more of this conversation too, but there is a bunch of people here, and some things are best left private because then I can't be held accountable for what's not heard. so I'll bow and leave.
Yeah. You see, after maybe about 5 minutes, Go-Ishi slowly making his way towards Otro.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't far from there anyways, so same idea. I'm going to try to like hang around and do a little bit of eavesdropping. And to be clear, for like painting that scene that we just did, while he often breaks eye contact, my character almost always maintains strong eye contact. Go ahead.
Okay. And we see the exact same scene of Go-Ushi, his illustrious bow, saying he is at the service of the one true governor of the planet, the handsome Otro Velacarne. And basically the same spiel of, I'm at your service, please tell me what I can do for you. And Otro kind of waving it off as, oh, you so kind. No, just enjoy yourself. He's being a good host.
Is he saying enjoy himself with him or not with him?
Not with him, sorry. And as we see that scene, we actually cut back to Gildo.
Hell yeah. What's up?
What are you doing to the computation machine at the moment?
I'm not sure. I mean, is my knife in the machine? It's important.
Is it? That's up to you.
I didn't put it in there, but I have been describing that my text typically involves knifing machines.
Yeah, maybe instead of as you're like typing, you get slightly angry as it gives you a access denied message. So you pull
Yeah,
your
there
knife
we
out and
go.
like jam it in the side, just angrily.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it!
Yeah, let's do that.
And in a flash, the blue light turns to 2 strobing yellow lights
That's probably good.
next to it as you see recall initiated.
Oh,
Perfect.
great.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want them recalled. So how do I'm gonna try to fix that.
Wait, do you want him recalled though? Because you said the shelf is where they get reprogrammed and that stuff.
Yeah, the room that he's in.
Oh, that's true. I was thinking of just like having them reprogram. I mean, like kind of on the fly. But I guess if they have to come back to me, that's fine. Look, if they're all in this room, that would be fine. That's no problem. At least they won't be attacking us. Okay, so what I want to do is not just okay. So I want them to come back here, but
Yeah.
then I also want them to do like a real hard like download Windows updates. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like make them like have to do a full power cycle of like check of diagnostics, like a level 3 diagnostics. If this is
Now, the
Or
good
sorry.
news is the Imperium has recently upgraded to Vista.
okay.
Oh
Well,
no!
the idea, okay, but like you know what I mean though. The idea here is that even if I know I'm not smart enough to reprogram these things,
Mhm.
but I do know that I'm smart enough to get these things into like boot
Diagnostic mode, basically.
diagnostic mode. And so if they actually if they need them immediately, it's going to take them,
Yeah, a
20
few-
minutes, an hour, whatever, enough time that they're not a problem.
Yeah.
So like I want to start that process.
All right. Yeah. So
Again,
one by
stabbing my
one-
knife, stabbing my knife in the console as to go through the menus.
One by one, the drones slowly return and scan the room with their eyes before seeing you, then turning towards their ports. And each one slowly stacks up
Yeah.
over like an amount of 10-20 minutes.
Perfect.
But yeah, they're all there. And as soon as the last one places, the recall
Turns
message
off. Good.
disappears.
I start trying to type in the stuff and get
Alright.
it to say reboot, power diagnostics.
Tech check for me. Perfect. Exactly what you needed.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. You flip through everything and you don't see a command for it. And then it snaps in your head. Oh, wait. I've seen someone do this before. And you type in a command that you don't personally know what it means, but you know what it does and you've seen someone else do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, just on the
Probably on the ship. Like on right? Sure.
All of a sudden, the bot starts singing the alphabet.
Yeah, I just start typing in sudo reboot and it works.
yeah, and on the screen
Yeah.
flashes up diagnostic mode enabled timer, and the time's like
Yeah.
I'm like imagining
60
Gildo like
minutes.
Checking.
like people who type with like one finger.
Very much so. Very, very much. I'm a boomer.
okay, boomer.
Is there and like imagine it so it's like empathy diagnostic 1%, 2%, 3%. That's what I mean. Confirmed. Like check,
But yeah,
suffering
you see,
like,
like,
levels like some
full-
calibration. Yeah, right. Calibration for suffering. Nominal.
100%.
Yeah, right. Just like all of the stuff that's about servitors as it's like going through the million checks.
God, I would not want to be a servitor or a servo skull, because that means your soul is basically trapped in your body or in your skull.
Very
Not
unpleasant.
Wait,
Uh,
question. Can
yes.
servitors be like, oh, this arm, so it has part of his soul in the arm, or part of its soul? Like if you take its arm and put it on
So-
a different thing, or
A servitor is way worse because it is. Think of being trapped inside your body, like you're comatose, but fully aware of everything.
yeah.
And
But what I'm saying
Start
is, does it
jabbing
split,
electronics into you.
does it split it? Like if you take its arm off of it, does part of its soul go with the arm? Like you could split it
No.
up. It's like
Because mostly, think of it like your brain's fine, your brain's intact.
yeah.
You can feel
Okay.
everything. every piece of pain, and all that fun stuff. You can't move. You can't react to it.
All right.
It's real bad.
Yeah, it's real bad.
Real bad.
And that's what happens to criminals in 40K. Yeah. Yeah, so you set these for about a 60-minute diagnostic. It's going through weapons checks, the anti-grav checks, and all those fun things.
Perfect. I mean, that's what I wanted to do. So I'm probably gonna go back into the vents and go find the rest of my team.
I like to just picture you just like jump straight upwards into the vents.
So here's the thing, real quick. So just so I understand, is this a scenario where like using our Vox comms is like almost guaranteed they'll overhear us, like they're not secure? Or like this is something I don't know about the 40K universe, because like I obviously wouldn't like transmit saying like, what I did to
Vox
them.
comms can be intercepted, yes.
They can be. So if you have like a powerful tech priest, usually
Because a
they're the
Vox
ones-
is
Yeah.
literally just it's a radio, basically.
Yeah.
But you can
almost-
you can have really secure ones too. It just
Yeah, but
depends.
I mean, like almost 100% these people have the power and resources to like understand what we're gonna say to them.
But do
So
they
like
have
I'm
Manvictus?
I mean, he's not here
Probably
right now.
not.
I know he's
so-
not here right now.
so I'm gonna err on the side of caution, and I'd rather just not tell them what I did.
Oh boy.
That's fine. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Now, Astara,
Mm-hmm.
how long does your chameleon last?
I mean, I'm just listening in, but I think it's like. Let me check.
So
and every
it
10
has
minutes after that,
been
I will take shock.
a while.
Well, I didn't get to do anything. My goal was basically to go in and then listen in on that conversation.
You have listened in on the conversation. The
That
doors
doesn't
are
say.
closed at the moment.
Trained in psychic reality while the power remains in effect. The psyker gets +1 dice to spell testing, but only those that pertain to visual senses in addition. Psyker receives +1 bonus to the defense against ranged attacks.
Okay,
Okay,
so it
take-
doesn't have a timer on it?
No.
Okay, well, as long as you keep it up then.
Let's say I take shock damage like
I wonder if it's like 5e in the sense that if you take a threatening
Probably,
action,
yeah. I'd say if you
lose
take a
concentration.
threatening action or lose concentration, then other than
Oh,
that, yeah, it's unlimited. Yeah, I just want to know.
Well, all it
because-
does is going forward now, I just get extra dice to my
Yeah.
rolls. Yeah.
And it's been about 30 minutes now that you've had this up. And roll an awareness for me.
I'm mainly just trying to listen in on those conversations, see if I notice anything weird.
You don't notice anything weird aside from Go Ushi
6.
being like, yo, hey.
That's a good roll.
Work
And
for
I
you.
did
Glory
get
roll.
glory, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
That was not a psychic mastery roll.
You see,
Glory.
slowly tracking with her eyes, Anita sitting now with her fingers crossed in front of her, hunched forward, looking not at the crowd, but at the emptiness. You see Otro a little more cautiously, pretending that he wasn't doing much the same.
Looking at the emptiness
Mm-hmm.
towards like me, or
Not towards you, but it seems like they're both looking
I
around the
am-
room.
going to look into the middle of the room. Do I feel or sense anything interesting?
You don't feel or sense anything interesting per se. It's just a regular crowd at the moment in the middle of the room. Some people off to
Going
one
to
side, some
look
people off to
really
the other.
closely.
Roll a quick insight for me.
4.
Yeah. You would be able to guess they are looking for someone or something that should be in this room. And after a short time, one of the maitre d's approaches Luther. Sir, Otro would like to speak with you again.
I hand her my beverage, and then I'll walk over that direction.
Yeah. And Otro, patiently waiting, hands on his knees as he looks down at you, leans forward a bit and motions you upwards. And as you climb the few steps up to him,
Governor?
Commissar, I heard that you had a person of your retinue. Where are they? I would very much like to meet them.
As your sister said prior.
I do not talk with her.
She had stepped out to use the facilities. Granted, that was some time ago. I'm a bit concerned as to her well-being, but I also don't go chasing after ladies as they enter their restrooms.
He nods his head. Yes, I do see. I'll have some of my people look for her. And he raises his hand, and one of the armed guards approaches, and he just turns towards him. Yes, Captain, could you please find his partner? It seems she may be lost within the palace.
It is quite a grand and luxurious place, he says, with his typical monotone-ish kind of
see
nature.
him kind of smile. He can't tell you're being monotone about it. Of just an automatic compliment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, my father did build this place.
A man of impeccable taste.
Truly so. He was a great man.
I then look beyond the conversation, like look outwards, like, where is she?
Yeah. And
there you are, kitty. Aww. Is your name Maggie?
Where are you at the moment?
Tied in the girls' restroom.
Ah.
Classic.
Classic.
He really insulted the no. He's literally just like hiding behind a garbage can or in a garbage can that's outside. Just like, all right, this is cool.
You went into a garbage can.
I can't think of where else to hide in this freaking palace.
There's
It's
like a
probably
million
giant
rooms
garbage
and you
can.
went into a garbage can.
All right, I went into a random room that was nearby that wasn't a restroom, Frank. What's in that room?
Two people making out.
I love the idea that he hides in a garbage can and like 5 people walk down the hallway, each walking into different secret doors around him. And he's like, come on!
Yeah.
So
yeah,
good.
You entered the instrumentorium. The instrument room, which holds a large pipe organ on wheels so it can move, as well as just several just different types of instruments, most of which you've never seen the likes of before. There's a few people in here. They look at you and go back about their business. Someone playing a string instrument.
Tornai.
You trying to get me to bring out the guitar?
Yeah, that too.
These people don't pay you any heed. They look like they work here, as if they are members of what you could guess would be the palace orchestra.
He would kind of go into like a shaded corner and just kind of try and stay hidden from the room. So if somebody else came in, they wouldn't see him. Yeah.
And we all know how musicians are. They completely ignore you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Few moments go by for you, Tornai. Another 30 minutes. 35, 40. And you hear the door burst open as 2 armed guards, their weapons holstered, enter the room and begin to look around.
Hey, I'm gonna slip out.
Yeah, roll.
Palace guards, right?
Yeah, palace guards.
Okay. The palace guards are they dressed any differently than any other guards we've seen? Like, obviously we have the one like desert taupe versus like the sandstone.
Yeah, you have the
groups. But what are these palace guards dressed in?
The blues of one side, the desert tan taupe of the other side. These guys are dressed in yellow and green. The palace guards themselves are much more ornamentally dressed.
Got it. Okay.
Like, they have that clear gold trimming on their dark orange vest and stuff.
I'm gonna have a wrath ready for a reroll if I need it.
All right.
No, I don't need it.
No, you're fine. Yeah, they burst into the room and quickly look towards your dark corner, don't see you, look the other way, and then approach the musicians and begin to question them as you slip out of the room again. Where are you going now?
In the garbage can outside of the room.
Come on!
No respect.
I'll walk. Can I roll a survival check to see if I can figure out where they came from and hide in there?
Yeah, sure.
I will again have my wrath ready for a reroll. Wait, I get a rank. No, I do get a rank bonus, right? For
Yes.
tracking them? Okay. So that's a bonus die. Yeah. All right, we're good.
Yeah. You can tell that there is actually a unmarked wall door, and basically a secret door. That's left slightly open.
Yeah, Tornai's just gonna go in there.
Yeah. You open it up, and it leads down fairly well lit white hallway.
Ooh.
Almost completely sterile.
Oh, let's check out where this place goes. Let's walk.
All right. Luther.
And I made sure and shut the door completely so it's not ajar.
It's the surfo room.
Luther. Another major domo approaches you and whispers gently in your ear, "My Lord Commissar, Anita wishes to speak with you."
Apparently I'm very popular. I nod and I will hand them my drink because I got another one. And I'm going to go and follow.
All right. Yeah.
Hope it's the same one and they couldn't put the other one down yet.
Still carrying.
I mean,
my
it's been
drink.
like 15 minutes. Yeah, this time she steps up from her throne and walks down towards you.
I'll extend a hand to, if she's actually coming off the platform, I will lend a hand to help her down off the platform.
She very gently grips your hand as you help her down. "My Lord Commissar, you are such a gentleman."
Can I use a wrath to make her trip and fall?
No.
Dang it!
What are rad points for?
Yeah, that's a narrative thing.
With
God.
DM approval.
She chips a tooth and she's like, "Fuck you, Luther! It's your fault!
Can I use a wrath to make
You
it so that
clammy hands!"
Luther pulls her hand and pulls her down.
Accidentally pull a finger and she lets one rip. It's like super.
Frank is like, can I spend a wrath to have them all have plasma guns?
I mean, I have room for that. Yeah, she takes your hand, and then with each step, her grip increases to what seems far beyond her power. It almost hurts your hand as she squeezes, and gently pulls you towards the side. "My dear Lord Commissar, would you join me in my personal parlor for a more private conversation?"
I want to see if Luther's hurt. I want him to roll a toughness check.
Yes.
There's probably got like a half or quarter second pause, and then I nod like, "Yeah, I'll come along."
Yeah, and the same major domo opens up a single side door, which leads to a clearly private room. Nice, beautiful rug, a nice L-shaped couch, a chandelier and the like, and the walls just covered in alcohol and the like.
I imagine she walks in first or walks through the doorway first as we're leaving this this place.
Yes.
As she's doing that moment, as she's kind of like doing her graceful walk in, rather than trying to get a view of that, I actually will turn and give like a sweeping look across the room to see if any of my companions are there that notice what's going on. I'll roll an awareness, but I imagine I don't see anybody
Can
with
I
a
put
quick.
my hand on his shoulder?
Hi.
What was that?
No, I gotta look that way. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I
So
don't
you
mind
are
taking a penalty if it's or whatever because it's a quick look.
right behind him, correct? Astara?
Yeah.
Okay. Darn. If only we were a little later. Yeah, she motions towards the couch as she releases your hand from her grasp.
Do I make the check to look around, or does she actually touch my shoulder so I know she's there?
No, she touches your shoulder. You know she's there.
Okay. Then I will try to do the best I can to disguise my surprise, and I will immediately turn around and look in and say,
Yeah.
of course. And then
You're
I'll come over and
you're
just sit.
trained for these surprises.
Of course. So then I come in and say, and sit down.
Now, I know you, commissars, don't take worldly vices, but may I offer a fine glass of aged Amasec by 500 years? It's one of my father's favorites. Was one of his favorites.
I appreciate it.
And she pulls out these 2 bourbon sniffers and begins to pour this fine red liquid, the color of blood, into the glass, and then hands it towards you.
Okay. Yeah, and I will of course take the drink. You know what I mean? I knew it's supposed to be like a grain alcohol or whatever, so I take a swirl and smell and sip.
Yeah. It has a little bit of a metallic scent to it, but it's very fine. Thick though.
Like a port?
Yeah.
Okay. Or like a nice wine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like an iron, coppery scented port.
Sounds terrible, but okay.
Oh, that's great.
He sounds like he's describing poison.
Yeah. I'm like,
I'm sitting here like,
the rest of us are all making faces, and Scott's like, it's just, like, why?
poison.
Like,
Well, I know the Amasec is the alcohol, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just assuming that in a culture of robot people, that they're like, we get a really high, iron in our diet.
Yeah. And, she leans back on the bar, elbows to either side of her, as she stares down at you. Now, my dear Lord Commissar, tell me, what is your friend's name? The one that you brought here?
If you're referring to Astara, her name would be Astara, and she doesn't disguise herself or her reason for being here. She's a member of the Atreides, not the family from the Dune series, though. This is a different type of Atreides. It's kind of like a
BTs, you mean?
Oh yeah, that one.
Now, I do declare that there was something odd about her when she first entered. Did she happen to be a psyker?
Shit. I've been able to be honest this whole time. Hold on, let me think of my response before I roll. God damn it. I do not want to throw her under a bus. My response is going to be I'm not my response is going to be I'm not particularly familiar with the nature of such creatures, and then kind of like leave it open. Like
that's a clear lie.
I will.
Roll
you have to roll.
I'm not very familiar with them, so I will roll a deception. God, I am terrible at deceptions.
Ooh, you could use a wrath.
Yeah, I guess I'll wrath to
And
glory
And
for an extra die.
glory for extra die. Yes, wrath and glory for you, Maggie. Bonus dice. Here we go.
All ones.
Go.
All ones.
Oh, it's a 4.
Okay.
Does that succeed?
2 6s.
Do I roll
You
again?
can't shove any of those. You can't shove them.
No, you can't.
No.
You're freaking
I can
dead.
re-roll. Use
Um,
Wrath for re-roll. So if it doesn't succeed,
Okay.
I get to roll again.
I will say you can re-roll.
He did. He said he was waiting. He was saving.
You're
the
a
wrath.
generous god.
Well, I specifically
He
spent the
did.
Wrath
He
for it.
specifically
I
said
know.
he wanted to
Say it.
spend a wrath.
That's what I said. I will allow him to re-roll that.
He did. Now he has a 5.
She smirks down at you as you speak. Well, let me inform you about these vile creatures that are psychos. They are entities of the warp, more or less. Chaotic beings. They can cause quite a lot of damage in the wrong places. Has the room ever gotten cold when she's in it? Does she do weird chants or rituals or the like?
I can't.
She prays a lot.
I unfortunately can't lie any further. I'll just give her a slight nod, like, huh, yeah, like that kind of stuff does happen around here. But I can't feign too ignorant, otherwise I lose her faith, her trust. So I'll nod. Ah, God damn it.
Well, that is quite interesting for that. Well, it's unfortunate. I would have loved to meet her. It's too bad. Truly. She does seem to be quite the interesting type. Please, drink more, Kama-san.
I'll take. I'll look down at the drink, and then I'll say, "I'm not particularly thirsty. More of a formality."
I know, but it's over the pour. You might as well finish it. It is such a fine drink to waste.
Now I'm rolling an insight because weird.
Oh my.
Yeah,
God.
she wants you to drink it.
Yeah. Is there anything more behind that?
She wants you to drink it.
Has she been drinking hers?
I'm
No.
gonna say.
She has not been drinking hers.
I've had a sip, so I'm gonna say. Again, I truly appreciate the
imbibed.
hospital. I took a sip. I truly appreciate the hospitality, but a man needs to know his limits.
Well, my dear sir. And now she takes hers in her hand, and in one go, she downs it. It's unfortunate that you can't hold your liquor. That is quite unbecoming someone of your station.
I nod and say, unfortunate in certain scenarios, but certainly beneficial in others.
Well, my dear Kama-san, I do believe that I can't let you leave until you do take a sip. I do not want you to insult me as such. I'm being a quite generous hostess. This is more money than most people will ever see in their lives.
I say, my apologies if it's an insult that's going to be taken. I wish not to have that happen. And then I'm going to take the thing. I'll go to take one small sip, and as I bring the glass down, I then throw the whole thing back. Same as she just did.
Cool. Roll conviction.
I don't know what that means.
So
Go
on
to
your
attributes.
attributes page.
Top right. Roll
Yeah, it's the
button.
top right.
I
It's the
don't
first
also
thing-
don't know what it's used for.
Yeah, so go to attributes and then
Uh,
it's
No!
Whoa!
Yeah.
I got a complicated 8.
What's your conviction rating?
7.
Hi.
Dang, that's pretty good. Mine's a 5.
It's,
I have a
fantastic.
complicated 8.
But you did roll a
A
room.
complication.
Let me take a quick look there for what that means.
I have a question.
Hello.
How do you increase your conviction?
Tyler's scared now.
Yes.
What's yours, Tyler?
A 4?
I think it's based off of a stat. I think it's based off of willpower.
Oh, hey.
I successfully am complicated.
You know that one you got,
Maybe, I don't
right?
No.
I actually need to do math. Because you
I don't know
increased
that
it by 2 times. However, you have 2, which means it's -4. So 2 times. You pass.
Okay. Cool. I don't know the significance of what's taking place. I'm sorry.
I
Can we meta explain what's happening?
He's
No.
like, what's happening? I don't know.
Something
I
not
mean,
good. That's all you need to know.
In game, my character being confused is fine, but I genuinely don't understand. I'm just like, I roll dice.
I know.
Yummy.
I'm just not going to tell you.
I just grab the bottle and go glug glug. I got this. No.
Wait, all right, Luther's doing that. I feel like
I'm just kidding. I have a feeling like this is one of those things where it's like White Wolf, I'm playing a werewolf, and I just ate human by accident, and I'm like, oh no, I now go down on the, you know what I mean? Like,
I crave the taste of flesh.
right? Like, oh
Again.
shit, I forget what it's called for werewolves specifically, but that goes down. Humanity is what the baseline stat.
good
Harmony?
to know that
And
Luther
harmony?
likes to drink blood.
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe that there is no rule for rolling a 1 on your wrath die.
I think it's called harmony.
There's no complication on a conviction roll.
No.
Oh,
That
thank
can't be.
goodness.
I got an 8 anyways.
Thank
I was like,
Goodness.
I drink blood for breakfast.
Well, there's always like default ones where, there's always like generic complications you can introduce.
Oh, wait.
No?
You actually do fail
No, I don't. I succeeded with an 8.
because I didn't read it proper. It's only the wrath die that counts for the -2.
I don't know what that means.
So if you roll a 6 on your wrath die, you get -2 off the difficulty. With a rune, you get ×2 the difficulty.
Oh, so the
Times
difficulty-
2, not
the
plus
difficulty
2?
is doubled.
In this case, it was just a regular 5. Pretty easy, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
But
that's 10.
now
Yeah,
it's
that's 10. So
that
that is
tracks.
a fail.
Oh,
Yeah, that
Oh,
tracks. You can't even.
shit.
I mean, you see, you can't re-roll because you have no failures.
Exactly. You passed, but you don't.
You played yourself.
Oh no.
I mean, I again, I don't know the implication in game or out of game what's happening. So
Well, you're about to
Like,
find
that's
out because
fair.
you failed your conviction. So something
That's fair.
happened.
I literally have the book open, looking up what the hell
Yeah.
a conviction roll is supposed to be.
You-
What?
You feel yourself. You don't feel dizzy. You don't feel drunk. You just feel a little happy, a little angry.
Oh, it's a truth serum or something.
You feel a little more malleable, a little
I
more
am bendy.
corruptible.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no, no,
As you
I
Frank.
knew it. I knew
2
it.
corruption
Drugs are
points.
bad, okay?
Yep, it's to resist corruption.
Mhm.
I would take out my bolt pistol and shoot this bitch in
I'm
the face.
sorry, you.
Well,
You're not
I
gonna be
still-
pure
Someone's
anymore.
polishing a pistol right now, you know.
you
You're not gonna
gave
be
that
pure
to
anymore.
people. Yeah,
I
and
don't even know what that means.
So in your corruption thing, you're probably
No, I
gonna-
applied corruption, yeah, and my pure level is still 0.
It'll change when you get up. When you have a certain amount of corruption, you change to different levels.
yeah, and as we see, Anita.
That's why,
Bella
like, Frank
Carne,
kept being like, "I can give you extra
I can
BP
give
if
you
you want
extra
some.
Um,
Just give you 5 corruption." You're like,
So-
"No."
This is like harmony or humanity over in
Yeah, like in
White
BTM,
Wolf
like
then.
World of Darkness style.
Yeah. I forget what vampires call it.
vampire
Blood.
Blood-
I can't remember.
blood.
Oh, you're
bloodlust.
talking about.
Yeah, that the humanity score. I
Humanity,
can't
yeah.
remember. Yeah,
It's called.
harmony is werewolves because werewolves are cooler.
As we see Astara looking onwards, invisible, towards Anita, we simply see her, a smile on her face, and she simply relaxes, reclines back, standing against the bar, as she watches Luther simply take back his drink. Then curtain falls.
I was poisoned.
No.
We can rectify it by
You
killing
were
the bitch.
corrupted.
I mean, corrupted.
You're drinking the blood of the false god,
Yeah. The Emperor.
the Emperor
Jesus.
Reborn.
No. Just the
Jesus isn't my god; it's the Emperor. Get out of my cup, Jesus.
Emperor. Yeah. That is where we'll end for this session.
Ooh. All right. Well,
Jeez.
that was eventful.
Us.
Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully you enjoyed the show. And if you just tuned in kind of like towards the end, you are just like, what is happening? You can check it out at youtube.com/MargaretCronePlays. We'll have the video up there in the morning for you, as well as all the other episodes are up there, so you can go check them out. And then, of course, if you want to support the show, following us on all the places is super helpful. So following right here on twitch.tv/MargaretCrone, or on subscribing on YouTube if you're watching this live on YouTube. And then also all of the places, Margaret Crone, super easy. I'll let you guys know whenever we're going live and all of that jazz. So I will go around the table, I guess. We'll have everybody kind of say what their favorite moment was, and of course where you can find them, because not only are these amazing people, role players here, they also do a lot of other cool content that you probably want to check out as well. So starting things off, we'll go to Luther, played by the ever wonderful Dalric, who enjoys lots of ice cream, but is not eating ice cream lately, which is very surprising for me. I'm used to seeing him eat like buckets of ice cream all the time.
I've been making lots of cookies lately. My wife has been craving cookies.
He's turning into Santa. That's the problem.
Oh.
Oh, it's a Santa Claus situation.
Yeah. So tell us what your favorite moment was tonight, and of course where people can find you at next.
My favorite moment was the part where I didn't understand what happened. And I think I'm going to find out, because I'm not going to look up the rules for it, because that's less fun.
Ever.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna I look up the rules for it. Makes it less fun, because then I know what's happening and I can kind of like safeguard against it. I wasn't going to tell you. Yeah, I'd rather play along and see how it goes. But anyways, and where can you find me? Here, Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the proper time zone. Otherwise, twitch.tv/Dalric, or anywhere where you Google Dalric, especially at Chatterbait. Next.
All right, up here we've got
Throwing it out there.
Tornai, played by Apocalypto12. Tell people what your favorite moment was tonight, and of course where people can find you at.
My favorite moment was probably when Eric figured out that he could have just like hit on a fan in events. Became like a fan blade. Is that how it
It's my final form.
Because I literally just pictured Gildo stabbing his knife into the center of it and just going womp 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 all the way around a fan.
The servo just goes by.
Yeah. Perfect.
Looks normal.
So just the thought of that was my favorite part. Yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv/apocalypto_12. I actually have a huge charity event going on November 23rd. I actually fly out to my hometown of Cincinnati, Ohio, raising money for Extra Life around the Children's Hospital who actually diagnosed me and did my kidney transplant 10 years ago. So I'll be fundraising for them alongside my friend Wade. And you can check out all of that just on twitch.tv/apocalypto_12, and stay tuned on my Twitter and everything else under the same name.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, moving on over, we have Gildo, played by Eric Vulgaris. Tell us what your favorite moment was, and of course where people can find you at.
Awesome. I mean, honestly, my favorite moment was my fan thing too. I was thinking about it, and I was gonna say it beforehand, even if it's a little venal, but it was good. So hey everybody, I'm Eric Vulgaris. You can find me everywhere on the internet as Eric Vulgaris. I'm playing a lot of other games. Right now I'm doing like kind of a big, huge historical fantasy binge. So if you like King Arthur mythos stuff, I'm playing in a game of Pendragon, or like Crusader Kings / like Game of Thrones-y kind of stuff. Pendragon is where it's at for that. But if you want to do more like, Three Musketeers / like Dan Brown finding the Holy Grail stuff, then check out my game of Miseries and Misfortunes. That's my other game that I'm really hyped about. You can find all that stuff on YouTube. I play for like 2 hours each of those sessions because I want it to be more digestible. And so digestible little fun campaigns is my little thing right now. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining. Last but not least, we have our game master, Control Alt Frank. Where can people find you? And of course, what was your favorite moment tonight?
Hello, everyone. As you all know, I am Control Alt Frank, or just Frank for short. Frank is short for Frank, by the way, in case you didn't know that. You can find me at Control Alt Frank on Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. Easiest place to find me is Discord in our Discord. feel free to talk about us in Unsung Fury chat, where I do talk spoilers there sometimes, but I use the spoiler tag, so don't worry. I will be releasing some character sheets for past enemies fairly soon. I just gotta make them look pretty first. My favorite moments has to be... Ooh, I actually have a few. Fanblades, number one. Astara with her grandpa again. And Trash Can. And finally, definitely...
There's
Luther.
fan art of the trash can.
Perfect.
I posted it in Unsung Fury.
The last scene with Luther. Actually, Luther probably...
Oh, I think the character's name was spelt wrong on the trash can thing, though. Oh, well. Oh, well. Good try, though.
But Luther, I would say, is my MVP for today, as he had to kind of politic things and then get corrupted by something, by an coppery irony tasting thick port wine that's dark red. Huh, weird.
So,
Wonder what
Frank,
that could be.
I
Strange.
pulled up the rules on it, and it says if the test fails, you gain 2 times corruption points. If you roll a 1 on the Wrath die. I didn't see
that was
anything else.
Not 2 times difficulty, just if you
No.
fail 2 times corruption.
Oh,
It
was
was
it?
the
I am
corruption.
incorruptible!
Are you
There's gonna be
sure?
a song about that.
Oh yeah, you are correct.
I read it,
I read it
so
wrong.
Ah, Tyler, you are the most
The savior.
rules
All right.
lawyery newbie
Nope,
of
you're
all
fine.
TTRPGs ever, and I love you for it.
that's because
read
I
it
like
wrong.
to know things.
I
I was
read that
gonna
wrong.
look after the show.
Incorruptible.
I just was like looking through how like
You know what? You know
Oh
what?
man, I kind of wanted Scott to be corrupted because it's funny.
I kind of did
Listen,
too
don't
because
bring me
it's
down.
funny, but I also was like,
To be fair,
I'm not going to be the one that stands there at the brink of your mortality and grabs you and pulls you back. So don't drag me down with you,
That's true. I need someone sane-ish.
well,
right?
I apologize. I read the rules super quick. I saw 2x corruption.
yeah, you're fine, you're fine. I was just I wanted to see what the convection test and all of that was. So
Tyler, next time I see you, cold, wet one on the
Okay.
lips.
please, as long
Hey,
as
don't
it's
beg me for it. I'm already offering, Tyler.
as
Don't
long
beg
as
me
it's a
for it.
beer, as long as it's a beer.
Well, you know, there's some beard involved. Don't you worry.
I said beer, no D on that. I don't want any D.
Let me
No
lost
D.
a
Near my
lost a
left.
day.
Well, I now take that back. That's no longer my favorite moment. But finally being able to introduce my main characters is quite nice.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's happening here, and I'm very curious. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you all for being wonderful and being a great cast. It's always so great. And we will see you all. Actually, we're going to have a little bit of a break. So we will not see you on the 25th or the 2nd, but we will be back December 9th, which is also my birthday. So you should
Happy
definitely tune
birthday.
in.
Maggie,
to,
every day's your birthday.
You share a birthday with a friend of mine's son.
Nice. Happy birthday to the friend of your son. So definitely come tune in. It'll be a good time. We'll have fun. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen with what's going on. Didn't Tornai just go into like a secret door too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot that's going to happen. So tune
Dildo.
in.
Hey,
in
hold up.
seconds.
Hold up. I'm Googling Slanish.
No, Slanesh.
Slanesh, sorry.
Don't.
And I'm like,
No.
not saying I wouldn't mind. I'm not saying I wouldn't mind. I can worship that. Just saying.
Ooh.
Just saying.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, right. Listen, I'm just saying,
All right.
where do I kneel?
God's a furry.
Hey, you know,
I
you
hope you
know?
like spikes. And needles.
We'll leave it alone.
It's a lot of spikes.
Next
A lot
A
time.
lot of spikes and needles. And flings
It's
of skin.
spikes,
Yeah.
needles, boobs, and goat heads.
I'm a big fan of Louis Royo's work. You know what I'm saying? Like I love that gothic art. And hey-oh.
Unspeakable is
Don't
correct.
kink-shame
Lots
him.
of penises just for you.
You made me
Well.
look it up.
Maggie, what was your favorite moment?
Ooh. I did really enjoy the grandfather thing because I know that what that's foreshadowing, which is interesting.
Well, now you do.
And I think I really just like the how the team works, even though we're all working separately. The synergy is really interesting. I like it.
Except you're all separate at the moment.
Yeah, we're not making it easy for you, Frank. Sorry.
Yeah, we're separated, but let's be serious. We're
Well-
still crushing it.
2 of you are separated.
It's true.
We're still crushing it.
Yeah, I had a feeling that I might be heading into a room where somebody else is.
I don't know. Maybe.
Maggie's got my back. That's what matters.
Oh yeah, I forgot Maggie went into that room with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
she's
still in
okay.
the room. I was tempted to put my hand on the mug or the cup to make you not drink it, but I was like, should I do it?
Oh, Maggie! Oh my God, it's gonna be so hard to remember, because it's like a few weeks before we play again. So it's hard to kind of stay in the mindset. But I can't wait till your character afterwards is like, "Are you okay?" Testing to make sure I wasn't altered or whatever. And I'm like, everything's fine. What are you concerned about?
I feel like if you voluntarily drank something like that, though, you should be automatically corrupted.
I think if you wittingly do so, I agree with you. But if it's unwitting, which this case happened to be, then you know what I mean.
Which is why I let you make the test.
It's like one of those things. If somebody says, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna let you go. I just need you to hold this gun and shoot at that curtain right there," and you're like, "Okay, weird. Boom, boom, boom. All right, bye." And you didn't know there was somebody behind it. That's one thing. But if they're like, "There's a dude back there. Here, take this gun. Take this gun." You're like, all right, sorry. Breaking on. Eric's like, "I need to go to bed."
I am. Yeah.
Scott's tired.
I
Everyone
need
needs
to get
sleep.
food.
See you guys all later. See you not next week or the week after that. We'll see you December 9th. Bye.
Bye.
How is it already this late in the month?
All right, everybody, we are gonna host someone else and raid arena them. So I've been raiding these guys pretty much every Monday night. They're fantastic and always fun to check out. They're called Scabby Rooster. There's basically a store, like a little shop in LA, I believe, or somewhere around that area, and they do lots of awesome little tabletop group parties. And so if you're in that area, definitely go check that out. And I recommend going over there and, giving them some love in that regard. But if you can't, then you can always just actually go watch them live over there. They have a ton of great RPers and GMs, and they dress up and they have these beautiful sets that I just think are wonderful. So let's go shout out them, give them some love, get your spaceships ready, get those pistols ready to rock and roll, because we got to pew pew some noobs in this raid. See you on the other side.